What is up, everybody? This is day 2 of the National Rock Racing Association. It is bright and sunny this morning early.
The sun just came out over this hill. So.
It did. Bree, I was like messing with my phone, and Bree's like, "It's sunny." I was like, "Really? It's not sunny at all." I look over her whole faces.
Oh, yes, it is.
Just the sun literally just popped out between the clouds. Brandon Davis is sitting in the starting gate. It's a very early morning for us. Most of us were down here between 6 and 6:30 this morning.
It was completely dark out.
It was dark outside.
So we are grateful for the sun today, even if we're going to be squinting a little bit. And I'm sure Brandon is probably blinded right now as he's sitting in the starting gate. Like Matt said, it is day 2. Welcome to Hillside Live. We are here at MidAmerica for finals this weekend. That means we're running all 6 of our classes again today. We ran everybody at least once yesterday, and then we had our stock, VIN, and youth classes all get a second round in as well. So, we've got a full day of racing ahead of us.
Yes.
We're going to start with our RCV Axle UTV Cup class. Brandon Davis will be kicking things off for us there. And I think we will be rocking and rolling in just a minute. Yes.
We have lots of drivers lined up. We have tons of fans pouring in here, as well as everyone's waking up. Again, it's Friday morning. We're not usually live Friday morning, so what's everybody up to this Friday morning?
Definitely not this early.
Are you all at work watching sneakily on the computer? What's up, Brett? What's up, buddy? Just midnight here. Have an awesome day. Is he our
Brett's in Australia. Brett Moore? Yeah.
What's up, buddy? Just midnight. He's just staying. He's up throwing a party, hanging out.
That's better than usual for you, though, Brett, right? When we're live.
Yeah, again, that's awesome. Just midnight here, throwing a party. That's awesome. Yeah, it's super neat to see all the different countries tune in. Again, Australia, that's super, super dope. So, good times, Again, I always think of, like, the U.S. people all working on a Friday, but I guess we have the rest of the country still working on a Friday, or the rest of the world's working on a Friday, too. Tiffany Porter in the school drop-off line. I love it.
Oh,
yes,
that's right.
I didn't even think about it. All the moms
that time. Yeah,
all the moms are dropping kids off at school.
We're all a little out of our normal schedule and arrangement here.
Robert Trainer, what's up, buddy? Ramsey Trainer, one of our youth class drivers as well. Taylor. Oh my! Taylor's back there eating a breakfast sandwich and having the wrapper open up in our ears.
Microphone.
It's good times. Yeah, Brian Dunnigan, morning. He's probably just getting to the shop, getting everything open. Again, Brian Dunnigan owns Rock Life Off-Road, of our sponsor of our stock class. So that Rock Life Off-Road, again, is also sponsored by Dan Carter. Dan Carter's been rocking that Rock Life Off-Road for quite a while. He's representing there. He runs 3 classes with 2 to 3 different buggies, so super neat to see that happen.
Yeah, and he's got Dustin Havens filling in for him.
Which actually sent it yesterday in the stock class. So
in the 4-seater.
That was awesome. And we were talking last night about having that longer wheelbase may end up helping coming down some of these steeper hills. So definitely a great day of racing here. This is day 2. We're going to be running our second and or third course, depending on the class. I believe the drones are in the sky, and we should be live here soon. What's up, Colby? What's up, buddy? He said, hi.
Colby's not nervous at all about today. He is so ready to conquer this hill and be a hero. He got his belt issues figured out. Oh, boy.
Johnny Smith.
We're losing our voice already. That's not
Glad to be watching. Let's go Reclaim Racing. Oh, funny Reclaim Racing. We have a little surprise for you guys later.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It's too cold.
We'll share that with you later. When it's
too cold right now.
The sun's been up a little longer.
But, Johnny Smith, you'll have to watch later. We got a cool little surprise for the Reclaim Racing crew. Clayton definitely sent it last week. What's up, Donnie Watts? Hillside crew, what's up, buddy?
All right.
He said, I can actually watch for the whole weekend for once.
Nice. Brandon Davis clock is hot. Here we go, our first round of the day. The RCV Axle UTV Cup class. Brandon Davis is our first driver out on the course.
What's up, Laura Grigg? Good morning.
That beautiful shot.
Oh,
this
man.
Is like...
That is really
I don't
pretty.
know. Looks like some National Geographic stuff
it really does.
over there. Brandon's going so fast, he blew by that first camera.
Again, that was a pretty shot coming kind of. I bet that water's ice cold right now.
Okay, so I did not add any points from yesterday.
Okay.
I don't think we had any major changes in our top 5 as far as points. So Brandon, I believe it should still be in second. he was 126 points behind Clay. So it's going to take something pretty
spectacular,
yeah, to catch that up. And then we've got Cooper behind him in third place in the Cup class right now, although Cooper was not able to finish his first round yesterday because he blew a belt. So there have been some shakeups, but I don't think it's enough to change the order that we've got right now.
Again, Brandon races this same Can-Am in our UTV stock class and our UTV Cup Series.
And he's raced it for, 3 seasons now?
Yeah.
So the V notch coming down here. Guys were giving Brandon a little bit of a hard time at the drivers' meeting because he's had some bad luck there in the past.
Has.
But, hey, the Can-Am handled it like a champ. 106.901, our first time of the day from Brandon Davis.
What's up, Laura Grigg? Tuning in to watch Chris Grigg. She's watching from North Carolina. So we have some North Carolinians here. Justin Holback, part of that Carolina crew. Or he's South Carolina.
Justin Hoback.
Not Justin Hoback. Justin Wills.
Is this Alston Tidwell?
This is DC
This is
Thompson.
DC. I can't see in the sun.
Yes. I happened to glance at the wrap when he was pulling up.
There it is.
Had that fire wrap going on. Again, the UTV Cup Series and the Big Bouncers will be racing the same course today. Coming down, being careful there. That downhill section gets a little bit steep there. You can see some mud at the bottom. Taking his time. We have seen several guys roll over coming down this hill. Again, so line it up and try to come down as straight and as true as possible is super important.
As straight and as true as possible.
Yes.
Those are just some life words to live by. 95.371 for DC Thompson. New leader.
Wow. Got Nathan King sitting up there in that 0-1 wrap on the starting gate. It's so good.
Since he doesn't have his horn anymore.
He doesn't. Launching through the air there.
Nathan had some tough luck at our last race 2 weeks ago at Bikini Bottoms with no brakes. It was a no-brake Bikini Bottoms weekend for him.
It was. We had several drivers who lost brakes or had brake issues at Bikini Bottoms.
This is only his second time racing with this new-to-him chassis. This is for Wade Good's old rental buggy, if you guys remember from a few years ago. Wade racing that. So he had a couple things to work out, namely the brakes. I think he's got it all sorted now.
Ooh. There we go.
Ooh.
86.738 for Nathan King. That is your new leader.
Smoking time. Wow. We've got an 86 and then a 95 and then a 106. Nathan just laid it down out there.
Got Mr. Clay Kaysen sitting in line.
All right, so Clay is the defending champ for first spot right now. He had a nice healthy lead, about 126 points. That was before yesterday. I haven't added up anything since yesterday's racing. I think Clay was struggling a little bit with our early morning start time. He just splashed through the creek. He was telling me he doesn't get rattled at all, when he's racing.
Yeah.
So I told him he was Clay, cool as a cucumber, Kaysen.
I like it. Woo! He is flying right now.
The time to beat is an 86. That was a real solid time from Nathan King.
Whoa! He is definitely getting squirrely up there. I have a feeling this is going to be our new fastest time. His downhill sections were very, very quick.
You call it, Matt. 84.634. That is your new leader right now. This is round 2 for the RCV Axle UTV Cup class, our first course of the day here at MidAmerica. Casey came into that weekend in the 4th place spot overall with points for the season.
Again, it's super neat to watch those guys absolutely just drift around that corner. Yeah, Vince, he was absolutely gassing it down that hill. What's up, Miss Martin? Bree also tuning in with us. I'm sure Chad will be jumping in the chat here a little bit. Mr. Chad.
Things are looking pretty good for Casey
so
far.
Nice smooth run going.
He might be right up there with our first and second place times right now.
Again, I was watching a lot of the drivers come up that race line hill, and things are seeming pretty smooth so far.
.530.
I say Ethan Martin. Martin.
Ethan Martin.
won He was the only driver to complete Course 1 and Course 2 at Bikini Bottoms last weekend, 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, that was awesome to watch. Cody Kaysen on the line now. Cody in that 5th place spot for the season right now. This is our RCV Axle UTV Cup class. These guys are going to be racing 4 times this weekend. This is course number 2 for them. We're about halfway through our lineup for course 2 in the Cup class right now. I hope you guys were able to catch yesterday's action. I know I saw that Brett missed it, not realizing we were also racing on a Thursday. Yes, for finals, we race 4 hills, so it's twice as much as a usual race weekend. We've got to find a way to fit it all in. So we did start our weekend of racing yesterday. And you guys can go back and watch that, as always, on the Rock Racing TV page or on YouTube. But for right now, make sure that you're watching on the Rock Racing TV Facebook page. That's where Matt and I are watching from, and we want to see your comments and be able to answer your questions and interact with you guys. I know I saw a lot of awesome comments on the SRRS page yesterday after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
Because Matt and I are watching from the Rock Racing TV page, so we don't see any of the comments on the other pages. So y'all come on over here, join the fun on Rock Racing TV page.
Again, Cody Kaysen's racing right now, and Cody must have watched his brother Clay, who ran earlier. Has a nice smooth run going there, had picked good lines. Again, that Daddy's Money buggy is absolutely moving right now. See what his time's going to be. 9:4.690 for Mr. Cody Kaysen. Again, trying to keep that
not bad, but
smooth run going.
Not enough to be his big brother.
I know.
Clay Kaysen is in the lead right now with an 84, and then Nathan King with an 86. And then it looks like we've got Cody Kaysen with a 94, DC Thompson with a 95, Casey Howell 96, and Brandon Davis 106. And Cash LeCroy out on the course now. We hadn't seen old Cash Money out here with us in quite a while before yesterday, so it's been fun having him out here joining the NRRA crew again.
Say he's been doing some short course racing. And speaking of short course racing, we got Miss Pam Hall has entered the chat. Pam and Miles.
Morning, Pam.
Pam and Miles do a lot of the broadcasting for Ultra 4, so huge shout out to those guys for giving us great feedback and great content all season long. Pam and Miles, they log in some hours, some Ultra 4 races.
I believe it.
They do a great job. Good morning, Pam. What's up, Cody? Cody tuning in this morning. Again, it's so neat to see all of our Friday morning people hopping in the chat here. It's super neat to see. Again, you can see how loose some of that rock is when they get on the hill and how the rock is just flying out from underneath the buggy.
He might have a broken axle.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That is the worst place to be broke.
Does not look right.
Yeah.
He's got it straightened out, though. He's coming down straight and true, like Matt said.
He also caught a little tape there.
That's okay. Bill can fix that. 101.073. You know, Cash is no stranger to racing here at MidAmerica, either with us or with their short course and other classes and series and whatnot. I believe he's a MidAmerica ambassador.
Yeah,
even.
I believe so. Wyatt Wilson tuning in the chat this morning. What's up, Mr. Wild Wilson? He came out in a retirement race with us one race last week. What's up, Pam?
Well, we had a lot of people coming out and enjoying that last race at Bikini Bottoms.
Yeah, I seen several people that I hadn't seen in quite a while came out and hang out and enjoyed. It was super neat to see. Again, hopefully, fingers crossed, we still have at least one more race there.
Matt's gonna will it into existence.
Yes.
Cash had a 101.073. And this is Dustin Havens on the line doing some stand-in work for Dan Carter this weekend.
Pam says, hi, I love watching you on my cabin, getting ready to watch this and hearing it out my window. So she must be getting ready this morning. She'll be doing some calling for the ultra or the short course racing later today. So, so that's kind of neat. She's watching.
I think I saw, Pam, that your son is racing.
Yeah.
As well.
Yes, I know he was racing earlier this season. So that's kind of neat to watch it on TV and hear it out your window. It's kind of neat to see.
Man, some of the most fun I've had racing has been on this short course out here.
Oh yeah.
For Visions.
In a four-seater.
In a four-seater.
Speaking of four-seaters, in a four-seater.
Oh, it was fun. This course is great out here. MidAmerica. There's all kinds of stuff to enjoy at this park. We've talked about it a lot in the past. Of course, we've been here plenty of times over the years now, but everything from the short course to these awesome hills that we've got, the Mickey Thompson mountainside behind us that we're racing on today. They've got a pool and a lazy river and a restaurant, and every time I come here, there's it's new and improved.
Yes,
so.
It is. Super awesome. Oh, she said yes. He's going for the championship. Heck
awesome.
Yeah. What's up, Super Grip? Ronnie tuning in. Can appreciate Super Grip and all they do for us. Tuning in from Ocean City, Maryland. He is a ways from us right now.
Yeah, a little ways away.
Yeah. Michaela Smith, Clayton Smith's fam is on here watching. What's up? Shout out to Clayton Smith's family and all the racing crew that are teamed up with him right now. I know there's quite a few of them I saw at the last race. All the Reclaim Racing team. Billy McGrath watching from work. Very productive day today.
That's right. Watching
yes.
Hillside Live is always, that's the most important.
It is.
Productivity.
It is.
Dustin Havens is out on the course now. Well, he was out on the course.
He
getting a few points for Dan Carter.
I believe this is our...
I guess Madison might be out of the running in the Cup class.
Yes.
Cooper Bentley is on the course now. Cooper had a rough day yesterday. He raced 3 different classes, was only able to finish in one of them. That was the bounty class. Oh, no, Cooper!
Cooper! There he goes.
He broke a belt right around this same spot.
It
was.
My
gosh. How did that happen?
Oh, man.
What is going on?
He must have just landed just stinking right on that jump.
Landed? There is no landing. That was a straightaway.
Well, there's a jump, though.
Oh, Cooper. No.
Looks like that lower ball joint finally left the chat. Man, that's what Colton's saying on the ball joints broke on the radio, so... Dang it, you hate to see that.
Oh, well, as I was just talking about Cooper's rough luck.
Yeah.
Man. Well, there's still the bouncer, though. There's still the bouncer. All is not lost
and
for Cooper Bentley.
He was coming in third this weekend in points.
I know, in the Cup class.
Looks like Casey Howe's not too far behind him. So with 2 DNFs, that could change things up for the season points. So Taylor, we'll see how that shakes out.
Do we have a replay of... No replay. All right. I don't even know what just happened.
I guess it must have broken that jump. Again, yesterday he broke almost the exact same spot when he broke a belt yesterday.
Let's see. We got... Oh, well. That's...
Yeah. Man.
Little bit of a replay there.
Well, luckily it got slowed down before it caught and flipped him on that corner or something.
Cooper was like, something does not feel right now.
Yeah. And depending on how visibility, he might have been able to see the tire slowly working its way out, too, depending on how it's working.
Pam said, racing happened.
It does.
If that ain't the truth.
It does. Racing happen.
There's been a whole lot of that happening.
Yeah. Again, there's a great overall shot of the course, that short course sectional racing. Got Clay Kaysen sitting in that number 1 spot. Again, just that smoking time. Nathan King right behind him. Cody Kaysen, his brother, sitting in 3rd. DC Thompson coming in 4th. Casey Howe coming in 5th. Clash DeCory coming in 6th. Brandon Davis coming in 7th. And Cooper Bentley, unfortunately, did not get a finish out of it.
And then we didn't have Madison run. I'm not sure why for the Cup. Maybe she's saving it for Bounty.
Maybe. And we'll run to quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after these messages.
Radflow Suspension Technology is a manufacturer of high-performance custom OE and universal length shock absorbers. Radflow specializes in OE replacement applications, shock absorbers, and dampers for military vehicles, pickup trucks, SUVs, and motorsport industries. By focusing on custom valve solutions and providing style and agility, Radflow shock absorbers is considered the performance benchmark for all forms of competition. Radflow's product base is known as the choice of champions. Radflow Suspension Technology provides superior products and unrivaled support at the best possible price.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
And we're back. Again, with that great, beautiful shot overall, the short course series we're racing on. Again, not typically, bouncers don't typically race on a short course, but again, it's a lot of fun. These long, high-speed options there are a lot of fun. We really appreciate it.
All right, we are into our UTV Bounty Class Course 2 now. That is Casey Howell.
What's up, Adam Kuntz, tuning in? Glad to see everybody tuning in on this early Friday morning. Again, typically we don't do racing on Friday morning, so it's great to see everybody tuning in and checking in. It's neat to see where everybody's logging in from. Wow, he is flying. Again, the guys who are racing the UTV Cup Series and bouncers will be racing the same course. So guys who are racing Bounty basically get 2 shots at the same course. So hopefully we'll see some times improve. It was like the youth class. They got to run 2 courses back-to-back yesterday, so we saw most of them pick up a little bit of time here and there.
Casey is sitting first in points in our UTV Bounty series coming into the weekend. Somehow he was still a late entry, though. That's why he's having to go first every time.
Again, taking your time, making sure you got to pick a good line before you start down there. We have seen several rollovers on this hill coming down.
It's especially tricky for the bouncers. You know, the UTVs can kind of squeeze right down the middle there, being narrow like they are, but it's definitely going to be interesting once we get the bouncers on there.
95.866 for Casey Howe. Again, this is our UTV Bounty Series.
This is course 2 for the Bounty class. We're going to try and get in all 4 courses for all of our classes this weekend. So you might notice we're keeping moving at a pretty quick pace yesterday and today. Want to make sure we can fit as much in for everybody as possible. Josh Krapinski out on the course now. Josh, third in points coming into the weekend. And he didn't even really start racing with us until about mid-season.
Yeah.
So that's impressive that you can only have half a season under your belt and still be third in points coming into finals. We have a question. Are we racing again later today? No. We will be out of here around noon Central Time because they've got some short course racing that'll need to be taking place after our hill killing racing. So we are going to keep things moving as quickly as possible. Make sure everybody gets a chance to hit these hills today. It's also why we were out here while it was still dark this morning. Matt's over here yawning.
I am.
Matt, did you have your ring and pinion party last night?
Something like that. No, we did party.
There were no ring and pinions being fixed, though.
No, at 11 o'clock, we made the decision to just go to bed, and we'll work on it tomorrow. Today. We have plenty of time today. We'll be done racing by noon, so.
Heard that before.
So.
All right, come on, Josh. Get straightened up. Straight and true, like
yes.
Matt says.
You do want to be heading down that hill very, very straight.
Man, I hate on camera. This really doesn't look like anything. It looks like they're just walking down a little trail in the woods, but just trust us. It's always steeper and trickier in person. .532 for Josh Krapinski. Casey Howell in the lead with a 95, and then Josh with that 100.
What's up, James Cantrell?
I think we've got DC Thompson on the line now. Look at that beautiful shot.
That is amazing. That really is beautiful.
That is some cinematic stuff right there.
That is a really amazing shot from our drone operators. We appreciate all our drone operators out here today, helping us out, making us look good. What's up, Jack Porter? He had a great run yesterday. He was so fast.
That's one of the fastest I've ever seen from Jack.
It is. Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the fastest runs I've ever seen from Jack yesterday.
DC Thompson out on the course now.
I love his profile picture. It's so DC Thompson.
It's like, is it a mug shot?
Yes.
Is it a headshot?
Yes. DC making quick work of that downhill section. Again, there's lots of water. Guys are being careful not to splash through to get a belt wet or obviously splash up a bunch of water on their air cleaner.
Uh-oh. Okay. It looked like he maybe cut the corner a little short at the top.
Yeah, he was definitely whipping that rear end around.
Trying to find the shortest line possible.
Woo! Aired it out.
Ooh.
89.913. That is your new leader,
wow.
Mr. DC Thompson. Nice, smooth run. Again, having quick work there. Again, he's been very consistently on the podium this season. Definitely had some smooth runs. Casey says, waiting on the kids to race, go Hoback Racing. Yes, the kids are probably one of the coolest things to watch.
They are pretty fun.
I think
they take it very seriously. They've been out here practicing more than anybody else,
yes.
I think.
I think so.
Clint Strain out on the course now.
Yeah, they were definitely getting dialed in yesterday. I was watching them make laps out here when they were, because the starting line and finish line is essentially the same thing. So we were watching them make some hot laps, and it was pretty cool.
Ava Garner let me in on some of her secret
there you go.
plans today. I'm not allowed to tell anybody else, though.
Okay. Race, babe. I like it. Bree's got a little...
Probably give a little context there.
Yeah, Bree has a little a race bracelet on that has some lettering on it that says Race Babe. I feel like that's a Dan Carter bracelet.
You can't just read things out loud on a microphone and not tell people what it is.
I feel like that's Dan Carter bracelet there.
I made Dan Carter's bracelet.
Yeah?
That's why.
Yeah? What'd you say, Taylor? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Glint making smooth work of that downhill section there. Again, taking time on downhill is important because you don't want to crash, but at the same time, carrying speed to there is super crucial. So that teeter-totter effect of, coming down safe and keeping on all four wheels, but yet being fast is kind of the
a little controlled chaos.
It really is, and that's good. And that's, the guys who can come down the fastest yet on all four tires are, guys who really push it hard.
James Cantrell checking in. He knows something about some controlled, chaotic racing.
Yeah.
Schedule for today and tomorrow, James, is we are just going to keep on racing right up until 12 o'clock is the plan. We had UTV Cup already this morning. We are in UTV Bounty right now. Next, we'll have the Bouncers. Hang on just a sec. Let me get this time for Clint. .782 for Clint. So we had Cup, we're doing Bounty right now, then we'll go to Bouncers, and then Stock and Ven and Youth. And we are planning to run both our last two youth courses today, unless time becomes a factor. So that's the schedule. We will be live until we get all classes run, or, well, till 12 o'clock.
Wyatt Wilson says, Bree is awesome. She made a couple of those bracelets. My wife has one.
Yeah, I made a whole bunch of them a season or two ago and passed them out to a lot of the ladies and Dan
cool.
Carter.
And Dan Carter, apparently.
He made a request for a custom one.
Madison King out there.
Speaking of ladies, and racers, we've got Madison King tearing up the Bounty course right now. She didn't race with us in the Cup class this morning for round 2. She did yesterday, round 1, so I'm not sure if there is something she's having to baby a little bit on the buggy to keep it together, or if she just knew she was 4th in points in Bounty and didn't want to jeopardize that at all.
I think you're right. There was a little strategery there.
Some strategery.
Keeping the buggy together. Because essentially it's the exact same course. So, and you can see a fine line getting worn in there pretty good, right where Madison came up that little lip section at. You can see a lot of the bouncers, or a lot of the buggies have gone through there. So I think the bouncers are going to probably follow that same exact line. You can literally almost see 2 tracks worn in just because of the route coming down. Again, Madison making quick work of this downhill section, but also keeping it controlled. There used to be a massive, Volkswagen Beetle-sized rock there. Clyde luckily did move it for us, so it's don't have to worry about that. 95.299 for Madison King.
Ooh, that's a second-place time right now. We have DC Thompson in the lead with an 89, and now Madison with a 95.2, and then Casey Howell right behind her with a 95.8. And then we've got Josh Krapinski with a 100 and Clint with a 108. James, I realized I answered your question about the schedule for today, but not for tomorrow. Let's see who we got out there right now. Is this Dustin Havens again?
It is.
All right, Dustin out there collecting those points for Dan Carter. Tomorrow we will be starting in the afternoon. The plan is about 1:30. And, again, we will run all of our remaining classes and go until the evening,
and
as long as that takes.
Tomorrow's going to be some violent racing, so you want to make sure you stay tuned tomorrow.
Clyde has already planned on tomorrow.
Yes, yeah.
But probably requiring a little more recovery
yeah.
a little more time. But that we won't be starting until the afternoon tomorrow. Nathan King out on the course now.
It's so neat to see those guys just drift around the corners. They're floating through there. Wow.
Speaking of floating.
Yeah. Nathan King just floating through the air out there.
James, we will be doing 2 hills for, let's see, Cup and Bouncer tomorrow. Yes. Everybody else, I believe, will just have 1 hill left, except for Youth. We are trying to wrap up today. We're a little bit scattered because it's, just trying to fit everybody in the best we can with the time that we have out here. But Cup and Bouncer, UTV Cup and Bouncer will have 2 hills tomorrow. The rest should just have 1 left.
Getting Nathan King out there on course. Definitely have a smoke and run going. I wonder if we're going to see the bouncers take a different line on that course going uphill. We've seen the side-by-sides definitely wearing it in. Nathan launching through that finish line.
.017. That is your new leader on course 2 for the Bounty class. Nathan King with an 86, followed by DC Thompson with an 89, and then Madison King with a 95.2. As always, as I mentioned this scheduling, things are subject to change. You guys know how it is out here. Anything can happen. We're doing our best to keep it rolling along nice and smooth. That's such a nice shot right there.
It is.
You can see our pits with our drivers.
See all the bouncers lined up, the production trailer, that race line starting gate.
Got a few spectators straggling in, but it's a little early still for most of the people out here, I think.
Zach. Uh-oh. Our radio traffic is always
It's too early for Zach's sassiness.
It's always ornery. All right, look at Nathan King there, that number 1 spot again with that last run you just saw. DC Thompson coming in behind him, Madison King up there, Casey Howe, Josh Kapinski, and Clint Streen. I think they said Cooper still has a run. Oh, he's putting a new ball joint back on there. All right, we're going to go to commercial real quick. After that, we're going to come back with bouncers, but we will let the buggies still run. We'll see you guys here shortly.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
All right, we're back here. Got a big bouncer sitting in that race line starting gate.
And before we unleash the bouncers on this course, we do have a quick announcement we wanted to share with you guys, something fun and cool that has just been released, and that is the Overpass video game featuring several of our rock bouncers that you guys will know and recognize. You can find the game. It's playable on PS5, Xbox, and PC. And we've got a couple images to throw up there so you can see what it looks like and which bouncer options are on there.
Got that Venom buggy.
That looks pretty good. Look at that.
That OG Bobby Tanner buggy sitting up in there.
Blue.
Forward play, which should be out here. Had some motor issues. Unfortunately, isn't going to be with us this weekend. That Rum Runner. Again, Scott Goforth. He has a lot of our tire needs. And then Smoked Out. Again, Daniel Heckley made that buggy quite famous.
That's pretty cool. Man, look at those. So if you've ever wanted to drive one of these bouncers, well, this might be your best chance you guys can check out the overpass game. We've got a real quick video to throw up there and give you a little idea of what it's like. All right, so that was Overpass 2. You guys check it out for PS5, Xbox, and PC. If you're a gamer, I hope you guys enjoy it.
We got Clayton Smith. I know we got a bunch of Clayton Smith fans in the house watching on a live feed. Got Clayton Smith and that Reclaim Racing crew taking off the starting line. Got to hang out with them a little bit last night. Had some festivities over in the campground area.
Oh, look at him cornering there. Whoa.
They must be using rear steer, because there's a few guys out there that just whip around that corner.
He is driving the old Misfit Reclaimed. You guys probably remember, I'm sure, seeing Wade ripping around in this buggy.
And again, last race a few weeks ago, he definitely did some Wade-type acrobatics.
Man, he sure did. At Bikini Bottoms, he put on a show.
I would say that's like a skinny pedal nominee, but it's more of a driver, skinny pedal, aerobatic nominee, I think, than anything.
I think Bikini Bottoms Park, we've seen more just like acrobatic stunts between like, you know, launching in the air, the pirouettes and the rolls and the twists and all of that than almost anywhere else.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We got to chat with Clayton. We also have Clay Kaysen out here, so I'm just going to call him Clayton so we're not confused. But Clayton and Dan Bowman yesterday, we did a quick interview with them. We did play that during yesterday's show, and if we get a chance that we have a little downtime today, we'll put that up. We also have a little interview with two of our VIN drivers, Charles and Don. So we would love to share those with you guys if we get a little downtime today, a little break in the action. We've been moving along pretty quick so far this morning.
Again, Clayton wrapping up that first course. 9.6.981. Again, that was Clayton Smith, our first driver on course 2. First course of the day. Again, first bouncer to run today. Again, we can see the bouncers. You can hear them all getting lined up and revved up behind us.
9.6.981. Looks like Daniel Heckley on the line. Not in hellbent or smoked out, as we are used to seeing him. But listen to that. In the Attitude buggy, you remember Matt Schisler driving this bad machine, man, 3-4 seasons ago? I don't even remember how long it's been now.
Another buggy did some acrobatics at Bikini Bottoms.
Oh, yeah, some major acrobatics.
I got to talk to Daniel a little bit this morning, and I was like, so what exactly happened to the motor in Hellbent? He said, well, I was literally getting ready to pull it into the trailer and thought, you know what, I'm going to take a good rip around the yard. Started making a couple passes, made a couple loops, came around and just gassed it one last hard time, ripped it, and was getting ready to pull in the trailer and started kind of making some noise. Oh, that's kind of weird. And thought I heard a clunking.
Oh!
No.
Speaking of this buggy doing some acrobatic, wait.
I was hoping.
Is he going to land it?
It looked like he was going to be able to almost get back on the wheels.
Oh, man. Wow, so Daniel was second in points in our bouncer class coming into this weekend. This is definitely going to change some things. But like Matt said, right before Daniel was ready to load Hellbent onto the trailer, you know, earlier, a couple days ago, whenever it was, he discovered that the motor.
Yeah, taking some passes around the yard. Thought I'm like one last pass, romped on it real hard, took off, and something didn't quite sound right. And he thought, man, it kind of clunked real hard, and it sounded like the motor almost like stopped moving. He thought that's kind of weird. So kind of coasted into the garage, pulled in the garage, put it back in park, hopped out, like thought, well, I may have messed up the transmission somehow, maybe messed something up there. Went to start it back up, heard a loud pop, freaked out, turned everything back off, looked down, and there's a hole in the oil pan. And he's like, oh, man. So he's like, but he said the saving grace of this is once you start a race weekend, you have to use that exact same vehicle all weekend. So it does suck to blow your motor in your favorite buggy, the one you've been dialing in all season and doing a great job with. The downside is, the really upside of that is, unfortunately, it blew the motor. But the huge thing he's very thankful for is it happened at home. And he said, I was literally pulling in the trailer. I thought, I'm going to rip around the yard a couple times. So he said, I'm so thankful that it happened now before I loaded the trailer, because if he would have come here and took off and went 100 feet in that buggy and blown it up, he would have been out the racing.
That would have been his weekend.
Because you have to start with the same buggy. You have to race the same buggy you started with all weekend. So, again, that being in the rules, he was very keen on making sure, that's very important. You can't just hop in. You can't have a backup buggy hop in if something goes wrong with your first buggy.
So at least it happened at home before, getting here and putting it on the first hill, like Matt said. And he was able to, I guess, call up Matt Schisler. They live in the same town, Perryville, Missouri. And Matt still had attitude. He said it was just collecting cobwebs.
He said, hey, buddy, how's it going? So, all right, we got a replay here. Again, just barely caught that lip, and it looked like he was going to try to put it back on all four tires, but so it just couldn't quite get it put back on all four tires.
Yeah, it was a little hard to tell, through the trees and with just the angle there, but I guess it just caught a bad bounce, on the way down, and we saw that yesterday with Wade on his way up the hill. Similar situation. So, man, hate seeing that for these guys, especially, when they are so far up in points. Yeah, there's Wade yesterday. Almost the exact same thing, just up the hill instead of down the hill.
Just down the hill. Again, taking that bad bounce. And
it can happen, that's for
what's
sure.
up, Clint Garrison, tuning in?
We also had a rollover from Cooper Bentley yesterday in the bouncer class. Is that this replay? Yeah, this is it. Oh.
Man. Dang it.
All right. How about, since I mentioned the interviews we did yesterday, why don't we play one of those, Taylor? While they get Daniel recovered off the hill. Sure, let's do Charles and Don, two of our VIN class drivers. We got a quick interview from them for you guys.
What's up, everybody? We are here at MidAmerica Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma for our finals weekend for the series. That means we've got 3 full days of racing ahead of us, lots of hills to conquer. But first we want to chat with Charles and Don, two of our VIN class racers. They are sitting first and third in points coming into this weekend overall for the season. I want to get y'all's thoughts on maybe looking back at the season, any favorite moments or any oh crap moments. Definitely don't want to do that again. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the season?
Probably the oh crap moment was probably last weekend, watching Bill come off of the Fable Hill while I was strapped in waiting to go next. It was kind of nerve-wracking to go next after watching him crash his.
I bet.
Yeah, that was a really wild ride down Fable Hill.
Yeah.
Probably the favorite was probably after that, because the second course was pretty smooth. It wasn't really rough. Having no suspension kind of factors into how smooth the courses are. If they're not smooth, I'll know it.
Yeah, you're going to feel it every bump. What about you, Don?
Yeah, just the biggest oh crap moment starts with trying to keep it out of the trees at Windrock. Failed, found a big tree. And then Bill, that's my dad, coming off Fable Hill last weekend.
Yeah.
That was a gnarly one.
That was super. He absolutely, for sure, got that skinny pedal nomination solidly on the books for that. But we're glad he's okay. I know that was a wild ride for him, and I'm sure for you watching him too. So, what about looking forward into next season? You guys plan on staying in the VIN class again and making any changes of anything?
I hope to have a better cage suspension and cage suspension. More safe and less hurt when you hit stuff.
Or taking the same route, try and make things a little bit safer and smoother, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then figure out how to get better and get that truck faster on the downhill.
I said, speaking of downhills, we have a whole bunch of hills, and we have a lot of course here. We have 4 races going on this weekend, 4 different courses. What are your guys' plans going into this weekend? Is try to keep that position, or again, hopefully bump up a little bit?
Right off, going to try and push, but not push too hard to break something early on. You know, 4 hills to run's a lot. Got to keep parts together. But right now, I'm sitting in 3rd in points, can still catch Justin in 2nd. So I need to be on my game, study the courses, and make sure I don't make any wrong turns.
Yeah. What do you think about the course out here? You got to look at it a little bit?
Like they're going to be a good match. It's a lot of loose, gravelly rock. I think it's going to be fun. We'll see what course 1 brings, and then find out accordingly on the rest.
Go from there. Charles, what about you?
I'm going to try to stay consistent and hopefully keep 3-point turns and backups to a minimum. Just because it eats a lot of time. But other than that, just try to run a consistent pace without breaking anything.
All right. Do you guys have anything else you want everyone to know, or anybody you want to thank?
I mean, Fritz, he helps me a lot, and of course PDI, and of course everybody supports Hot Tank Jones and all the racers combined, because we try to support everybody, so it's a big, it's kind of like a big family.
Yeah.
So just basically everybody that knows and supports us.
Yeah, got to thank all the fans for coming out and supporting us, beating on the hills in these big class rigs, and then Adams Drive Shaft, Radio Dynamics, Fritz Performance Transmission, and Off-Road Design. All guys building killer parts and helping us keep going.
Well, hopefully we can keep everybody going this weekend again with 4 courses over 3 days. Things tend to get a little more abusive, and again, some of the courses you guys will see this weekend are going to be awesome. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll see you later.
And we're back. We got Mr. TC sitting on the line racing.
No, this is Jack Porter, Matt.
Mr. TC racing for Jack Porter. Again, I don't know if you saw his run yesterday. Wow.
Well, if you blinked, you would have missed it.
It really did. I think he just neutral drops it, like right off the line. Just comes out, just hammers down.
I think Timmy has just been missing some good old-fashioned rock racing.
I think he has.
Look at him. He's just so eager.
He has been just flying through here.
We've missed having Timmy out here with us this season. He is a staple in the sport, of course. If you know anything about rock bouncing, you know the name Tim Cameron.
Yeah.
I sure wish I had a trail rig that I drove like that.
Yeah. Dak said it. That's what it looks like when you show up and your buddy brought his trail rig.
Taylor said he don't even have a car.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. He is getting it right now.
Man, what do y'all think his time's going to be? The only time we've had so far for the bouncers is Clayton with a 96.
He is flying downhill even.
What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I don't know. God, it's going to be fast.
70s?
Yeah, probably. He was fast. Man, he was fast. Wow.
7.6.
Wow.
.410.
Wow.
20 seconds faster.
Wow.
Woo! Jack Porter.
Jack Porter.
Some smooth driving, sir.
Oh, man. Now, here's the question all everybody watching the live feed. Will that be our fastest time today?
That's going to be very hard to beat.
I mean, that's going to be
Timmy
really hard.
Looked super comfortable in that run. No bobbles.
Yeah.
It was smooth and it was crazy fast.
What's up, Timothy Bacon?
All right, this is Nick Reich and Fordzilla.
I know those Bacon boys got some rigs they're coming out with next year.
One of our only Ford-powered bouncers racing.
All right, I'm getting Paige. I got to get ready. I'll be back.
Matt Holt to the main stage. Good luck. Have fun. Hey, drive it like I would. I said drive it like I would. You can do it, Matt. If there is anybody. Man, Nick Reich is cruising through this course, too. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch that 76 from Timmy, but he's got a real great run going for sure. Zach. I got my secondary co-host, Zach Garner, up here in the booth with me.
Yeah.
Nick Reich through the line. 87.507. Great run from Nick.
507. Nick Reich, not too shabby. Thank you. Oh, man, what a great day. This weather is unbelievable.
It is a beautiful day for some racing out here. We've got Jay Storts on the line now. Jay has had some terrible luck, really, with the bouncer, and pretty much ever since West Virginia he's been struggling. This weekend was no different for him. Still had motor issues in Ford play, which is what you have probably been used to seeing him in this season. But
really?
Hey, that's why it pays to have a backup bouncer, Zach.
I'm pretty sure that if you were to measure the times he had to run Showstopper over Ford play, you'd find out that Showstopper's his primary, Ford play's his backup.
Oh.
Love Jay to death, but man, he has had a
We're just glad he hung on to Showstopper, and I'm sure he is too.
Well, you got to remember that buggy was so far ahead of its time when Spiegel's put it out, and then now it's out. It's funny how we've seen the sport change so much.
It sure is.
But it's still old
so
faithful.
Quickly.
Yeah. You're not going to find a better guy than Jay. I tell you what, Jack Porter has stepped his game up.
He sure has. Man, I've never seen him drive like that. It's almost like he was a different person.
Yeah. It's unreal how much, finals really brings it out in these guys. They just let it all hang out. They don't hold nothing back. This is it. They've got all off season to fix whatever they tear up.
That's right.
Opportunity to make a lot of points.
All right, how's he going to handle the Valley?
Oh, like it ain't nothing.
That sure is. Look at Zach. Isn't it terrible how it does look like nothing on camera? We try and tell this to people all the time.
Yeah, that's basically a gravel driveway.
No. 114.899 for Jay Storts. It might not be one of the fastest times of the day, but you know what, man? He is through the finish line. That's 2 hills he's completed.
Heck yeah.
I know that he is happy about that. Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live. We are not quite halfway through course 2 for the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class.
Ooh, Brandon Davis.
I see something menacing in the starting gate. It is just a very aggressive-looking bouncer. I think that's why it's so cool. Taylor's just like drooling over it every time.
I'll tell you what, everybody knows that Hellbent is my favorite because to me it looks more menacing than anything. But Menace is truly a beautiful work of art. And it stands the test of time, too.
It sure does.
The last 3 buggies that Timmy's built have been cutting edge revolutionary, and they are all 3 standing up, and all 3 here.
That's right. The whole collection.
Yes.
We got a lot of TC buggies. We got a lot of reject fab buggies too. We were counting everybody up yesterday.
Yep.
And then you got a whole lot of other shops and fab represented as well.
Yeah, Wide Open Designs is out. Never heard of her.
All right, now everyone was giving Brandon a little bit of a hard time during the drivers' meeting about coming down this notch here, the V notch in the mountainside, but look at that. No problem at all.
Oh, I knew that.
Easy peasy.
No, he actually has a strong advantage out here with that independent.
87.620 for Brandon Davis. That is a 3rd place time right now. Tim Cameron still in the lead with a 76, and then Nick Reich with an 87.5. And then Brandon Davis right behind him with an 87.6. Then we've got Clayton Smith with a 96. And Jay Stewart's with a 114. Colby Reich on the course now.
All right, let's go, Colby.
Nick Reich was an 87.507.
Danica says Menace is her favorite as well.
Oh.
Wow, I figured tunnel vision Flash would be better.
Well, you know. Divided loyalties there.
Wild Wyatt.
Is that your phone? Really loud. All right, listen, we are all going to watch Colby being a hero.
Yeah.
It's no secret that he struggled yesterday, lost steering, lost a belt.
I really need his belt to stay on today.
He thinks he's got it all figured out now.
I doubt it.
Got the problem sorted out, and it looks like he does.
So far.
Things are going great.
That belt is definitely on there until it's not.
It's staying on there, Zach. It's not going anywhere.
Well, and as a matter of fact,
8 Up is going straight up these hills. I have to say it. It's tradition now.
Yes.
Colby's got his family here this weekend, enjoying the race weekend and cheering him on. So, man, we want to see him crossing that finish line. He's doing a heck of a job on this course right now.
Yeah, a lot of fans out there trying to get 8 Up. Come on, baby.
Come on, Colby. There it is.
98.471 for Colby. Not too shabby.
Heck yeah. All right, now he just has to do that 2 more times tomorrow.
Yeah. Man, y'all better hope Timmy don't get a real race buggy because his trail buggy times are unreal.
Yeah.
That is insane,
It's the fastest trail ride I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. Chris Grigg.
Just making sure you can hear Zach and Reed.
Let's go, let's go. Looking great. I tell you what, all the buggies parked around Chris look like they had underglow because the reflections coming off.
I like that, like coppery orange panels he's got on there.
It is definitely eye-catching. I like it too.
Zach, what a difference from what we first saw Chris race with us out here, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
at
when
finals?
he's beating on a CJ. Yeah.
And now he's in this wide open design buggy.
But Chris did more with that Jeep than
he made that thing work. It was definitely impressive what he was able to do with it.
And his improvement with this buggy, he's been fighting a lot of bugs ever since it was built. New buggy blues.
Oh yeah, every time you got a brand new bouncer, any kind of new build.
But he seems to be getting it worked out. Broke a knuckle off the other day and things like that. But
he didn't have to come out the starting gate backwards.
No.
Yet this weekend
at
all.
Oh, y'all get to him. He got a little bit of fur on there.
I've called this thing a fire-breathing
It's
dragon
out now,
in the past.
I think. It went out. It was just a fuel flare-up. There's still a little bit, but it's okay. Bill looks like he's peeing on it. I don't know.
Zach.
Blocking it.
Shout out to our amazing recovery and safety crews that are so quick on their feet.
Hey, y'all remember that thing ain't got no brakes. The radiator doesn't. Yeah, the radiator doesn't catch up. Oh, pimp down.
What did Bill say?
I don't want to say what I heard. I think Bill say.
Oh, Zach.
I think he said the radiator blew, and we know radiators don't catch on fire. And then something about caught on some semen. I don't know.
So what happened? I didn't catch that. Apparently the radiator, Bill said the radiator or something that blew all the coolant out, but we're trying to figure it out.
I saw the radiator blow. I saw the steam, and then I saw the fire.
I saw a little bit of steam when he was coming up the other side, but I thought it might have been some dirt that he blasted up in the air, too. It's hard to tell. Well, we've got an excellent and very capable recovery crew on it up there. Not the least of all is our Bill Blaisdell. We've got to always give him a shout-out for being our resident mountain man, and always, I don't know how he does it, but he is always where he needs to be no matter how far he's got to run on this hill.
I timed it, and within 9 seconds, we had 7 firemen on scene, most of them with their hands in their pockets. But either way, they're there, and that's important.
That's impressive.
Let him break his beam or come around, whatever he's doing.
Fire suppression very rarely sets fire, but I'll go with that if y'all will.
At any rate,
How did the fire suppression
the fire is out now.
It doesn't.
Oh, man, that worked awesome. Hats off. That's what they said. They said the fire suppression did go off.
So this is why we have fire suppression systems in the vehicles.
We don't know that yet. It put it out too quick. Well, that's a good thing.
So that is a good opportunity to talk about one of our newer safety requirements here in the series, and that is the fire suppression system in the bouncers.
You know, I feel bad that we were talking about Chris's streak of bad luck about the time he had some more bad luck.
Well, that's just how it happens. But these fire suppression systems, Zach,
hats off to them.
They basically, it put that fire out so quickly that we don't even know what caused the fire.
I'm
yet.
not 100%
We're
sure
still working on that.
On his fire suppression manufacturer, but I've personally looked at the fire aids, and they are insanely capable. I did a little bit. This is actually my reclaimed racing hat. That way I look like Dan.
You grew that overnight.
Man bun.
Impressive.
Yeah. I did have a mullet yesterday. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm running a long blonde braid so I can look like Madison King.
Oh, I'm sure that's just what she wants to hear.
She recommended it. Oh, I already have one. Yeah, I just had to pull it out of the frame at the house.
Zach's gonna wear his pink shirt too. We won't even recognize you tomorrow, Zach.
I got my MDK undies
until
on.
you open your mouth and start talking.
That's right.
Then there's no way we wouldn't recognize you.
Sean Hudgens.
Yeah, they're getting him out now.
Oh, you know I could, Blake. Yeah, Josh, I got you down, dude.
Zach, do you have any good trivia questions?
Oh, yeah. Who's going to win?
No.
Now everybody knows that. You're right. That interesting. Man, I had to look back in my chronicles, but I don't know when the last time Jack took the big box.
He sent his stand-in.
Not too
this time.
bad. Kara, we love you too. Yeah.
Oh.
Matt Holt is going to win. Golly, that is not even that funny.
He's out of his buggy already. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Thank you. Hey, look at my man, Tim Bacon. Little Tim's out there, man. I'm crazy about them. I miss him so much. Man, you know the only thing that makes these races better? Add bacon, like my cheeseburgers. I'm telling you. I like triple bacon. If you can get triple bacon at a race, now you're racing.
Matt, how did it go?
Good.
But I think the Bacons have been busy with all the bacon bits.
Yeah.
The bacon bits. I love that. That will never not be funny to me.
Yeah.
We have a question. Zach, do you miss racing the 4-seat Razor buggy?
Yeah, of course I do. I don't even – I bring the toy hauler to events like this, and it will not even fit in it. So
Oh.
I know.
What's the point?
I know.
All right, guys. They are going to continue getting Chris Gregg recovered off the hill, and we will be right back after this.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
Radflow Suspension Technology is a manufacturer of high-performance custom OE and universal length shock absorbers. Radflow specializes in OE replacement applications, shock absorbers, and dampers for military vehicles, pickup trucks, SUVs, and motorsport industries. By focusing on custom valve solutions and providing style and agility, Radflow shock absorbers is considered the performance benchmark for all forms of competition. Radflow's product base is known as the choice of champions. Radflow Suspension Technology provides superior products and unrivaled support at the best possible price.
Raceline, not only in the Baja 1000 but in Ultra 4. It's on my daily drivers. It's their wheels are on everything that I drive, and I don't think I would go anywhere without them.
And we're back. We got Cooper Bentley. He got his buggy fixed for his side-by-side for the UTV Bounty. He had blown a belt on the first course, so we were able to give him a little time, get that recovered, ran a couple bouncers. We got Chris Griggs off the course. We believe it was a steering line. Again, that's unconfirmed yet. We believe a steering line. He came up, hit that ledge, blew a steering line off. The fluid sprayed on.
Well, the cool thing was his fire suppression system put the fire out so quickly it wasn't even apparent what caused it to begin with.
We believe it was a steering line. When he came up, hit that ledge, shot some hot fluid on the header, I'm sure. You know, obviously the fluid's already hot, and he hit a header that's glowing orange, you know. Doesn't take long for a flame to occur, but that is super neat that his fire suppression system.
I've called that thing a fire-breathing dragon in the past. I didn't really know it was going to take that to heart.
Yeah, again, super neat to see the fire suppression system kick in there.
Cooper Bentley is out on the course right now, and he is getting to do his UTV Bounty run for Course 2. He was able to fix that ball joint. If you guys were watching earlier, his wheel just kind of gave up and was falling off on his, his attempt at the UTV Cup class. So he was able to get that fixed that very quickly. I'm impressed.
Yes.
And this is his UTV Bounty run. We're letting him finish that up before we continue with our bouncer class.
Again, watching some of those guys come down, there's a couple at the top of that hill, that second hill they go up. There's a couple different options that are forming up there with the bouncers. You can see several different guys taking several different lines. As I was climbing to my buggy getting ready, you could see several different lines possible up there. And again, 8.3.173 for Cooper Bentley. And again, you can see several different lines up there forming.
I have to note that Cooper just laid down the fastest time on Course 2 for the Bounty class.
Wow.
Yeah, 83 from Cooper Bentley. That pushed Nathan King with an 86 down to second on Course 2, and then DC Thompson with an 89 down to third on Course 2. Well done, Cooper. I'm glad they were able to get that thing back together so he could get that run under his belt after some tough luck yesterday and earlier this morning.
And again, we have to give a huge shout-out. You guys can't see us in the booth right now.
Wait,
but
Taylor, come to the booth real quick.
Yes.
Because today is our first ever Featured Driver Friday.
Yes, and we're doing Reclaim Racing, which is super awesome. We have Dan Bowman sitting a lot, the leader of the Reclaim Racing team.
Yes.
We're super happy. Bree mentioned this a while back. We have so many driver shirts
well,
we should start doing.
Not until Bikini Bottoms. I didn't have the idea soon enough in the season. So, but we do. We have so many wonderful drivers. They give us lots of great merch, and we want to
awesome merch.
Be able to shout out and recognize and have fun with that with our drivers and wear some driver merch on Fridays. So that is the new thing. Featured Driver Fridays. We're going to start doing that. Of course, you'll have to wait until next season for us to continue that now. But the Reclaim Racing team has Dan Bowman, Clayton Smith, and Wade Good.
Wade Good.
For the last couple
he got
races,
adopted right now.
Yeah.
So super awesome to see. And it's not even just our bouncer drivers. Like we have Ramsey Trainer, who has a youth shirt, has his name, picture, logo on the back.
Oh, yeah, we have him from all classes.
He's holding his own trophy on the back of his shirt. I'm like, that's pretty awesome merch. I'm not going to lie. Taylor said no longer you can't be featured unless he gets one too.
It has to be everybody in the trailer has to be representing apparently.
I'm sure we can get you one.
But we just wanted to let you guys in on that. We like to keep things fun here in the show, and obviously always want to recognize our awesome drivers too. So we'll continue that into next season and get to do more with that.
The Bowmans obviously have done a great job this season. You know, the whole Reclaim Racing team came out, had some buggy issues earlier this season, getting everything lined out. I feel like they've gotten everything definitely lined out now. And obviously his whole goal is just to keep getting faster and faster and learning and getting more acclaim to the buggy and just, feeling better. Obviously, we saw Clayton last week was, his wild ride. Definitely channeling his inner Wade Good, So definitely awesome racing to see.
Yeah, we can. It's been fun to watch these guys and see them, gaining that confidence and the I don't know, the comfortability
yes.
that comes with seat time and race seat time especially. So Reclaimed Racing Team, we've had a lot of fun having them join us this season. Hope to see them back out here next season as well. We've got Dan Bowman on the line and no Tyrant.
And he is definitely going to try to be a tyrant today and upset that apple cart. I said, hey, we're wearing your shirts. I ran over and talked to him right during the commercial break, and I said, hey, we're getting ready to unveil your shirts, show them off. I said, definitely going to have to make
no
great pass.
pressure. Oh, you should have waited until after his
and he's
run.
like, I'm just going to try to keep the rubber side down.
He is cruising.
He said, I'm just trying to keep the rubber side down. So I said, all right. I said, well, do good.
Listen, when you come out here and race an old TC buggy and TC is here.
Yes, you got to make it look good for him. Yeah.
That's right, Dan. Show Timmy what he's missing. Put Tyrant to the test out here. Johnny wants to know what size shirt you need, Taylor. 2X.
I seen little Tim in the chat earlier. What's up? What's up to the Bacon family? That motor sounds so good. And Timmy said that the Tyrant and his new buggy 100 shot are the exact same motor drivetrain, similar combination.
Oh, okay.
He loves his Power Glide. I said, man, how come you don't ever go turbo 400? He said, you know what? You only need high and low. You know, we're going as fast as we are. You just need high and low. I said, okay. All right. Cool.
Man, Dan is doing an excellent job on this course right now.
Keeping a nice controlled descent there. There we go. Wow.
94.946.
That's a very respectful time.
And we have a question about how many bounces are left. We are
halfway.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. It looks like we've got about 4 left. This is round 2 for the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class. We've got Wade Good pulling up to the line and that reclaimed Gold Rush buggy. Speaking of the reclaimed racing team.
Yes. Keller, 7:22 a.m. in Oregon. We love all our different states tuning in.
Shout out to Kenneth Cozine, who's been helping out on the starting line and with various safety checks. I know he especially takes good care of his buddy Wade Good out here at the races. Wade had a really quick time going yesterday on round 1 and then an unfortunate rollover right on the first hill. And he is hauling the mail right now.
He is flying through there right now. Wow! So, sailing into that corner. This might be our fastest time yet.
Man, he kind of looks like he's on pace with what Timmy was doing. It's hard to tell.
I have a feeling
when they're in the middle of it.
I feel like he whipped that corner just a hair faster than Timmy. So overall time, we'll see how it shakes out.
If he can maintain this, it's going to be a really good time either way. Timmy's was a 76.4.
He's moving quick. Oh, no!
Oh, wait!
No!
Keep it together!
Oh my goodness! No! Oh, man. Dang it.
Sorry, guys. We just yelled in your ears. Getting a little fired up out here watching. No, Wade.
The good news is the minute he hit the ground, he shut it off. So he was flying down that hill. Again, we'll also be coming down this.
So close.
We'll be going up and down this same course tomorrow. So that's why we're trying to allow for.
Oh.
We're trying to allow for as much time as possible.
Oh man!
Wow.
We've got a quick replay. Let's go check it out. Man, I think he might have been on par to be right up there with Timmy's time.
I think that might have been our new leader. He was literally just bouncing down there so fast.
He just got that controlled chaos turned into just a little too much towards the chaos side of things. Man, hate that for him. We've got our recovery all out there. We'll get him rolled back over and taken care of. Woof! Billy says TC makes people push the limits of reckless. That's true. I mean, I think Timmy pushes the limits.
I agree.
Pushes his own limits every time. So definitely it brings that out in our other racers. Heck of a run from Wade. Man, I hate to see that for him. He definitely was on a mission. That means we've got, let's see, Justin Wills is on the line. And then we've got Cooper, and Richard Hodges is going to wrap things up for us. Richard drew that number 13 spot, so that means he got to choose if he was going to stay in the 13th position or go first or go last, and he chose to go last. So that means he gets to go last on all 4 of our courses.
Getting to see a bunch of recovery crew over there. Wade's out of the buggy walking around. Again, you hate to see that. Had just such a insane fast run going.
Oh, James says rear foreling broke at the top of the hill.
Maybe.
Do we have that replay again, Taylor? Yeah. From the top of the hill? Oh, yeah, there we go.
You can see him come around that corner and kind of clip that tree. Yeah, it does kind of look far out there.
Oh, man, he was so close.
Yeah, I think you can see it.
He could have just kept it together a little bit longer.
Yeah. Again, I'm sure somebody can get him put back together.
We do have some insanely fast and talented. I guess when you're properly motivated, you get things put back together pretty quickly out here.
Yes.
Case in point, what we already saw Cooper manage to do this morning. We really see about every race. Somebody breaks something, and we're like, oh, well, they're done. That sucks. And then they pull back up to the starting gate an hour later.
Beginning of the race day is like the best time to break something because you have like 40 dudes that run over and like just start slamming to get it done.
Yep.
I'll never forget Bubba Bacon. We were at Dirt Nasty one time, and he had broke something. At one point, I have a picture somewhere. There's Timmy Swordson and a handful of us other people working on the buggy. At one point, Bubba literally is just sitting back with his arm full. There's like 12 guys just like hammering away to get this thing put back together. He broke a kingpin. We ended up taking a bolt from Keith Toolman, of course, grounding the head of it down and hammering it in the spot, put the knuckle back together, the high shear arm back together, and was able to still finish the course and end up getting the points for the day. So
listen, with the ingenuity and a little motivation, and you can find a way.
It was
to
pretty
get
impressive.
Things done.
It was pretty impressive to see. And the great part was just seeing all the guys thrashing on his rig, and Bubba was literally just standing back with his arm full, like, well, I guess my work here's done. It was just so neat to see the camaraderie.
He's like,
there.
my people are on it.
It was. He's like, all right, I guess you get a soda or something.
I'll just stay out of the way.
Yeah. Again, it looks like they're bringing the JLG down. See if they can't get it picked up.
Yeah, we've got Ronnie from Super Grip saying that's the great thing about our sport. It's one big family. We all help each other. Yep,
it really
you will
is.
hear us say that over and over because it's so true. The camaraderie and fellowship in the sport is the thing, in my opinion, that makes it what it is and keeps us all coming back and wanting to continue doing this together.
Yeah, for real.
You can take care of your need for speed, or competitive nature. You can do that in a lot of ways, in a lot of places. You can race a lot of different things, but racing here, with this series with our off-road family, I think that's definitely what sets this sport apart.
Yeah.
And keeps us coming back.
Yeah, it's again, I couldn't agree more, Bree. I think it's just the camaraderie and the guys willing to help each other out, tease each other, but at the same time, if they need anything seriously,
just like any real family.
Yeah, if they seriously need something, everybody's
little
jumping
teasing,
in.
A little pinch of drama now and then.
Yes, yeah.
But everybody loves each other.
It is true. It's kind of like a family in that aspect. A little honoriness.
Hey Taylor, since we've got a little bit of recovery still, why don't we roll that interview with Dan and Clayton? Since we've been talking about the Reclaimed Racing Team. He's working on it.
He's like,
you guys can't hear him muttering into the headset.
I click this button, and then I click this button.
It's coming. All right, here we go.
All right. What's up, everybody? We're here with National Rock Racing Association at our finals here at MidAmerica Outdoors, and we're with the Reclaim Racing Team. We got a few buggies going on. What's the plan for this weekend?
So, we're just going to come out, try to finish the hills. I'm going to be running Tyrant. Clayton, he's pretty much settled in the Misfit, and then Wade's going to run Gold Rush again. And it's just, I don't know, I guess we're going to run that buggy, so he's the man to drive it. So.
Yeah.
He is. But, man, speaking of driving, Bikini Bottoms, last was that 2 weekends ago? Clayton, man, you had a wild ride. What I asked him just a minute ago. We got to ask him on camera now. What did that feel like when you were basically like this, almost going inverted? Did you know where you were when you landed? What was going through your head?
I had no idea where I was at. I mean, I was just wanting to get to the ground. It felt like I was in the air for 10 minutes.
It about looked like it too. That was. You guys have to go back and watch that on some reruns if you missed that at Bikini Bottoms. But
just get it to the ground and get on the wheels.
That's about all you can do sometimes. So, have you guys looked at the hills yet?
Yeah, we're just now checking them out.
Okay.
And it's our first time. I was out here earlier in the year for Knockout.
Okay.
And I've never seen none of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we just come over to check them out. And my goal, just finish the hills. His is to drive like Wade.
Yeah.
I mean, he's showing that he can do that.
Clearly. Got that green check mark for the last race.
So I made this like scale we talked about on the show where you had your full sin, and then you have your moderate sin, and then you have your conservative sin.
Yeah.
So are you just going for full sin every time?
Yes.
Like,
as long as we land it,
there
we're
is no scale for Clayton.
We've decided that he's going to hold it till he hits the limiter twice, and then back it to about 70 degrees on the pedal, and see where that lands.
Yeah,
So.
I think that's fair.
And if that don't work, just hold it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my other question for you guys was, obviously you've kind of like collected this fleet of rock bouncers. Where did this start for you? I mean, is this what you intended? That, hey, this one's great. Let's add it to the collection.
No, I didn't intend on having a whole fleet. So I bought Gold Rush to race it, and then I bought Outlaw for the boys to race to bring them with me. And the first race at Renrock, Gold Rush broke, and it's been down all year. So the Outlaw buggy just kept breaking, so we almost threw the towel. It ain't worth double running that buggy. And then we lucked into getting Misfit, and Gold Rush was still broke. And we sold the Outlaw buggy, and then I just was offered Tyrant, come up for sale. And I wasn't even looking for a buggy, but at that time Gold Rush was still broke, and I wanted to race too. So at the same time I bought Tyrant, the motor was done for Gold Rush, and we went from having one buggy that barely worked to now we got 3 competitive buggies. And everybody said, "Are you just going to buy them all?" And I'm like, I didn't intend on buying all these, but like I just set out to race. I wanted to rock race, and it has cost me a kidney and 2 of my kids, the firstborn kids. But it's been fun. We've met great people. Now, like I say, I'm trying to finish now what I started, and that's the hills. I started just trying to finish the hills. We've been out all year, and now everybody. I don't know he's like Wade. They're in their own category. I try to drive like Clayton. This is who I race most of the time, and then I just race him. But I love seeing him finish good every time. So it's been fun, and we're just gonna see where it goes, really.
All right. Well, we love having the Reclaim Racing team join the family this season. Good luck this weekend. We got 4 hills for you guys to come out and do your thing. So we're excited to see it. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yep. And congrats on your run.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
It was wild, but it was fun.
Matt, take notes.
Yeah, for real. All right.
All right, I hope you guys enjoy those little interviews and getting to know some of our drivers even better. We've got a couple more that we'd like to share with you later on through the rest of the weekend. I guess it'll probably be tomorrow at this point. But, Matt, I sent you over to do some recon and figure out, look at Wade's buggy. So what'd you find out?
Yeah, as soon as we went to commercial, I just ran over there. It was great. I love it. I love the mechanics of things. So when you see something break, luckily James Cantrell pointed out that he saw that link bar floating around, so I ran over there
we
just
have
to see.
Some sharp-eyed viewers.
You did. Very impressive. We kind of looking into a glare, so we couldn't quite see the TV, but it's very awesome to see mechanical people. He ripped the tabs off the axle, the upper link bar on the passenger side, the tabs that weld onto the axle. He ripped off. Colton was saying he might have tore some shocks up too when he rolled, so I'm not exactly sure what other stuff.
So the tabs coming off is what probably put him out of balance and dragged him, tipped him over coming down the hill.
Well, I think he probably broke him when he hit that tree, because that back corner, you can see that back corner hit,
the one at the top of the hill before he made the turn.
Kind of slapped that tree a little bit, and I'm sure it broke there. which then threw him off.
Right.
And, Wade's obviously a great driver, does a great job handling, an awesome wheelman. So to see him roll over at the bottom of the hill was kind of shocking. But if the buggy's doing things it shouldn't, you can't really overcorrect. So
it's like if you have a backpack on your back and you trip and fall on your knees, and the backpack goes over your head and pulls you forward.
It's exactly like that.
I've
So,
had that before.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing right now for
Bree's like, that's how I crashed a pit bike once.
Wade rolling down the hill.
Yes.
He had a backpack on and he tripped and fell.
Yes, that's exactly
Got him
like
off
that.
balance.
You get that momentum shift in a different direction you're not used to. You're not exactly planning on that. Got Justin Willis kicking off the line.
Justin Willis?
Wills.
Who'd that be?
Justin
Willis. Hey, speaking of weight and shifting things around, I'm sure you guys noticed he's got a spare tire on the back of his rig this weekend, and he did that very specifically because he said he wanted to fly.
And he's doing a great job.
These tabletops.
Man, that buggy is screaming. Again, those of you who've seen the 911 car, the 911 car of the Ultra 4 crew, that .1 racing team, they have a spare tire mounted about the same spot. Kind of helps counterbalance, and it looked he was flying pretty smooth about like they do. So he said they wanted to fly, and definitely has done a nice smooth job. Again, that front end likes to drop a lot, so he definitely has kind of planed out a little bit. Taking his time, being smooth. See which line he's going to take. Taking the side-by-side line, it looks like. I think that is the smoothest line. You do have to do a lot more turning. However, I think that is the smoothest line so far I've seen guys take. Again, Justin Wills there. Nice smooth run. See what his time's going to be.
.190 for Justin Wills. Vince said he's got a round backpack.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, looks like a few more buggies there sitting in our starting gate.
Is that Cooper?
Yes.
This sun is making it difficult.
That money shot buggy.
Out here. All right, man. Come on, Cooper. He is third in points in the bouncer class coming into this weekend. He's had some real rough luck, and almost all of his runs, actually like 3 out of 4 so far. But that's not going to happen this time.
Yes.
He's going to lay it down in the bouncer class. Just going to speak that out there for him.
Go, baby, go. Again, I think he's at this point, after yesterday, he's going to take his time, be smart, keep some points on the board.
Our first place position in points is Brandon with a 755, and then Daniel behind him with 704, although Daniel did not finish course 2 for the bouncers because of his rollover. And then Cooper coming in with 595, so there's a pretty healthy gap there. But now after Daniel's rollover, if Cooper can get a couple good runs under his belt, I don't know if he can close that gap or not.
Again, we were all speculating with some drivers last night. Again, we were, after yesterday's shakeups and rollovers, we were doing some monkey math to see how the season would shake out. Obviously, Jack Porter's doing real well.
Better than he ever thought he'd do at finals.
Yes. .102.377 for Mr. Cooper Bentley.
There it is, a nice, smooth run.
Yes, getting some points on the board.
I'm sure Cooper is very thankful for. We've got Richard Hodges on the line now, and he is going to wrap up course 2. Who's he talking about?
He lost steering? Okay. He lost steering, they said, but he's using his rear steer to get the buggy out of the way. What a great guy, you know? Lost steering. Oh, yeah, you can see the belt dragging the ground underneath the buggy.
Oh, man.
But he had a rear steer.
The belt's jumping shit this weekend.
You know, at least he's got rear steer, so got the buggy out of the way.
He got something. All right, Richard Hodges is going to wrap up course 2 for the bouncer class. This buggy used to be known as Dorothy, but it is Wild Card now. Richard said that he named it that because he is known in his family as a little bit of a wild card as well, so it seemed appropriate.
Man, that thing is roaring past us.
We will throw that leaderboard up for you guys after Richard's run, since he is going to wrap it up for us.
Oh!
Uh-oh, stay out of the trees.
Uh-oh.
It's all right, get squared up and go again. Prudence Cooper had a 102.377.
Taking his time, making a nice smooth run there. Again, that controlled descent is super important. Again, we've talked about that all weekend. We just saw Wade's run.
What point in the season did Richard come in racing with us?
About halfway, 3/4 the way.
I was thinking it wasn't the full season.
No. Again, right there, Wade kind of clipped that tree, which I think that's when he broke that link bar.
Looking good for Richard Hodges, though.
There we go.
Through the finish line.
Man, great run.
118.332. That is our last bouncer. That completes course 2 for the Brannick Motorsports bouncer class. There's your leaderboard.
Surprise, surprise. Jack Porter up on the top spot there.
That. Who would have thought? Tim Cameron laying it down with that top
76.
spot.
Again, he's literally 14 seconds faster than second place, coming out and absolutely just lighting it on fire. Nick Wright coming in second.
Nick had a heck of a run, too, though, with that second place, 87 right there.
Again, with that forward play. And what's crazy is 87.5. Brandon Davis, 87.6 right behind him for that third place. Justin Wills coming in fourth at 92. Daniel Bowman, 94. Clayton Smith at 96. Colby Reich, 98, 96. Is that 98? 98. Again, it's crazy how tight those times really are in that top 3, top 5, top 10. Cooper Bentley at 102, Jay Storch 114, Richard Hodgins 118. I think that wraps up all of our drivers who completed the course. All right. Tiffany Porter online. You can screenshot.
Tiffany, take you a screenshot of that right now.
I'm sure Jack's on here too. Probably.
Taylor arranged things for
Jack's probably got this TV propped up in the shop watching it.
There you go. You'll have this for posterity.
Putting a lift kit on a Jeep or a truck while watching the live feed, I'm sure.
Adam said that Richard started with his Razor Buggy Shake and Bake. When was that, Adam? Was that last season?
I do remember. I think that actually. I remember seeing his Shake and Bake after he brought it out.
It's all running together a little bit for me right now. We're on day 2 of a whole lot of racing and a whole lot of live shows.
I love that our bouncer drivers are starting to tune in. We got Wade on here, Christy's
on
here.
They're all getting up and at them.
Yeah, it's funny to see all of our bouncer drivers and their wives who are down here are now tuning live feeds because they know we recap our times at the end, so they want to see where they fell out at. So. And some of them do a great job at keeping track of times, keeping us honest, as I like to say.
Oh, man, the spreadsheets and everything out here, it's impressive. They definitely stay on top of things. We will be right back after a quick commercial break.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Power ply 3-ply construction. improved 4-pitch side biters, proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
Radflow Suspension Technology is a manufacturer of high-performance custom OE and universal length shock absorbers. Radflow specializes in OE replacement applications, shock absorbers, and dampers for military vehicles, pickup trucks, SUVs, and motorsport industries. By focusing on custom valve solutions and providing style and agility, Radflow shock absorbers is considered the performance benchmark for all forms of competition. Radflow's product base is known as the choice of champions. Radflow Suspension Technology provides superior products and unrivaled support at the best possible price.
And we're back. Again, that's a great overall shot there. Again, you can see that giant tabletop of the short course section. Looks like we got Daniel Heckley sitting in his stock Razor on the starting line there. Again, we have a lot of stock drivers out here that are also bouncer drivers. Kind of cool to see that.
This is course 3 for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We were able to run both course 1 and 2 yesterday. We'll do 3 today, and then we will wrap up their final course tomorrow.
It looks like we've got about 6, 8, 10 of our stock class guys. They bring in course 1 and course 2. We're going to try to 5. Okay. Got 5 of them. I was thinking half a dozen. Close enough. So they're going to try to run both courses today, get that out of the way, just in case tomorrow does have a lot of long recovery times. Again, you're going to be going up and down that hill multiple times tomorrow that you saw Wade Good crash on. I'm sure they're back there thrashing to get stuff welded back together as well.
Yeah, luckily for our Cup class and Bouncer class, they are only running one hill today.
Yes.
So they are done for the day, and they have plenty of time to do some work and get ready for tomorrow.
And it's actually only 9:49. It's not bad.
Wow. This is what happens when you start in the dark of the morning. 0 dark 30.
It was. There was a Yeah. I was pulling my Bouncer down, and I saw a truck and the Jeep, and they were like lowering the trailer door, and I was like, man, it's too early for this. Yeah, so we'll be done wrapping up here, hopefully fairly quickly.
Daniel Heckley, clock is hot. After what I'm sure was a frustrating first run of the day for him in the bouncer class with a rollover. I don't even know what's probably going through Daniel's head right now, but he is third in points in the stock class for the season. So I'm sure he is determined to make some count in one of these classes this weekend. Where'd he go? Do we have drone? Where is he? All right, coming down the top now. Okay.
You can see Bill up there.
Where'd he go again? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yes.
There's a lot to remember out here on these courses, guys. Both for the drivers and for the camera operators.
79.524 for Daniel Heckley. This is the UTV stock class. Hey, buddy. Got Dan Bowman down here, part of that Reclaim Racing team.
We've got a little bit of a question about a course obstacle. Got some radio chatter that we're going to get decided on before we send our next driver.
We have Bill grabbing a drone for one of our operators.
We've got a question for the drivers, too, about a course obstacle.
Yeah, I think it's Chris Griggs' rig up there. Okay.
Oh, there's a shot from the drone.
I love it. You can see Bill's shadow, I think, there.
We've got search and rescue sent out for the drone.
Yes. This is what it looks like right before, and then the grass is what it looks like after. Yeah, right there. It's like
drone down.
Before and after shot there. Good times. Okay, so I'm assuming it's Chris Griggs' rig up there that is up at the top. They're moving Chris Griggs' rig out of the way, so they were debating on leaving it there, moving out of the way, because it was fairly close to the course.
I think it was as much like an unexpected, something when you come up the hill and you go to make your turn. And you're not expecting, a bouncer to be sitting there right off the course.
So to make it fair, Clyde walked down and asked Daniel, hey, would you like us to move the buggy out of the way and let you rerun and let everybody run again? Or let everybody run and you get a rerun? Or would you rather just leave it there and then everybody knows it's there?
Then
He
it's
said
the same for everybody.
He said, just move it out of the way and then I'll rerun, and that way everybody gets a good clean pass. And it wasn't close to the course, but it was close enough to where it kind of threw him off a little bit.
Yeah, it might get in your head a little when you're not expecting.
Mainly because there's so many turns up there. You're trying to look for numbers, and then there's a buggy. So, again, love that overall drone shot there. Appreciate that. Kind of showing all the bouncers, production trailer. It shows how long the drivers are going all the way down, coming back, and again, it's a lot of fun. I love the short course stuff. Rush Springs is one of our favorite races because you have jumps, you have those high bank turns. Obviously, there's not a high bank turn here, but that'd be the only thing we could improve for next year. Make that a nice big high bank turn. So
you could blame it on Leo. All right, we are still recovering that drone from the top of the hill, as well as moving the Chris Griggs bouncer that's at the top even further out of away from the race course.
They were asking if somebody had a refill kit for his extinguisher system.
His fuel suppression system.
And I know a lot of the drivers,
recharge kit.
I believe, has the fire stop, but I'm not sure exactly what he has. Clyde has a guy that hooked us up initially with a bunch of the drivers, implemented that last year. So I'm not sure exactly what brand Chris has. We'll have to chat with him and see. Again, super neat to see it kick off. I didn't get to see it kick off. I was in the starting gate facing the opposite direction, but it's super neat to see it noob at work. Do what? Other than that, we've had actually a really smooth day. Again, it's only 9:56.
We sure have.
And we've had a ton of racing done before 10 a.m.
We have already completed, round 2 of our UTV Cup class and our bouncer class and our bounty class. Now we are on our stock class. This is going to be round 3 for these guys, and then we're going to do our VIN class round 3, and then we've got our youth class. And I think, as long as we have the time for it, we're going to go ahead and run rounds 3 and 4
Yeah.
and finish out the youth class for the weekend.
Try to get them cranked through, and that way we can, again, especially for the youth class, it's very nice for them to get to run 2 courses in a row, and usually they're a little more confident in the second one, which gives them a lot more, they pick up some speed as well. I think yesterday all of our times were faster on the second run, and we had some pretty quick times. They were definitely going.
Yeah.
Again, I think we also need next year, at least, add nothing else at finals, get a land rush start for a lot of our bounce drivers, and I think we should have to have a passenger, get 2 guys in there. Some of our huskier drivers, I think, would be the equivalent of the actual car, so I think that would be a lot of fun.
If we had some adults driving the youth class 200s.
Go down, turn around, switch drivers, come back.
Oh, goodness.
I just think that would be so much fun.
It would be very entertaining for sure.
Yeah. I think it would.
I don't know if we're going to get the kids to let us drive their buggies, though.
Yeah. A few of them, maybe.
Probably be like, heck no.
Yeah, a few of them I think would be all about that. Some of them not so much. Yeah, I could hear them, talking some trash, I'm sure. What's up, Chad? Chad is in the house. What's up,
we got Chad Molitor watching. What's up, Pops?
Mr. Chad. What's up? Hello, Mr. Chad. It's good times. Again, he's also a rock bouncer racer. Hasn't done too much lately. Again, Bree sent it a few weeks ago, last weekend. Did a really good job.
Yeah.
One of only 4 drivers to complete the course, and it looked like a gnarly course.
Boy, I don't want to do that again.
You could see Clint Garrison was out there racing, and his rig was just getting thrashed.
Oh, man, I cannot believe he didn't make it. He was like right at the top and just giving her heck up that hill, letting it eat, and I couldn't believe he was just not getting any traction up there.
And again, when you see that buggy, knowing how capable that buggy is, seeing it thrashing that hard tells you how incredibly hard that course was.
Oh, yeah.
Again, lots of big rocks, definitely.
Yeah,
AOP's
pictures and
definitely
video never do anything justice. You go back and watch it, and you're like, all right, those rocks were twice that big, at least.
Yeah, I heard Zach, because I was getting the starting line here, and be like, this is basically like a double highway up here,
That's what it looks like on camera.
It does. And then you get here, and you're like, that's way steeper than it looks. And I was telling this to several of our racers. Nick Reich was one of them. We were kind of chatting at Dyersburg, and he said, I was kind of talking. He's like, man, these hills are pretty hard. I said, it's funny that when we start racing in the sport, you're like, man, these hills are hard. And then by the time you get done, or a few years in, you're like, I go home and look at stuff that used to be really hard, and I'm like, this is the return course.
Right.
This is what brings you back to the starting gate. So I think we're getting the course clear.
The courses have to progress as the buggies do, and the
all right
extremeness of the sport itself. All right. Daniel Heckley, no, it's not deja vu. He is just getting to run again. If you missed it, there was a little bit of a course off obstacle, or at least there was a bouncer parked off the course at the top, but kind of threw him off a little bit, not knowing it was going to be right up there when he came up to make that turn. So we got that bouncer backed off even further away off the course, and we're letting Daniel go again. Come on, Cooper. What'd you expect?
Yeah, come on. We already said your name.
I already said your name.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Cooper Bentley coming up to the booth with us. Let's watch this run from Daniel, and then we want to hear about your day so far.
Here's how about your weekend's going.
Oh, gosh.
Is Daniel going to be the first time that he laid down? Making his way through the foothills and the finish line. 6:9.276. That was definitely an improvement, a 10-second improvement. So I'm sure Daniel is happy for that rerun and not having any unexpected surprises at the top of the course. We've got Braden Upchurch on the line now. Cooper.
What's up, Cooper?
Dude, what a weekend. So what have you made, like 5 passes since yesterday? And 2 finishes?
6 passes. Yeah, 6 passes and only 2 finishes.
And 2 finishes.
Only 2 finishes.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, 3. Sorry.
3. Okay.
Dude.
Rough weekend.
Yeah, what happened right down here in your first run for Cup class this morning?
Yeah, I jumped.
Yeah.
And then it just gave way.
Okay.
Somehow the ball joint came out of the hub, and it just popped out.
That's crazy.
Overall, not ideal.
Yeah.
Definitely not ideal.
But I think in Cup, I might have made it 100 feet this whole weekend. So we're having a rough go with that.
Is that combined or is that each pass?
That's combined. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a tough weekend. Again, was able to get a finish out of the bouncer. You threw a belt. I seen the belt hanging as it came by. What happened there?
I don't know. I lost it right when I started coming down the valley.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
And then, really all I needed was straight right there, so I don't know, just rear steered it.
Yeah.
Lucky I got the rear steer now.
Yeah. Which, again, we saw you. They said,
well, that's pretty good if you can get yourself through the finish line with only rear steer. Speaking of through the finish line, Braden Upchurch with a 70.462 right there behind Daniel, who had a 69.2. We've got 3 drivers left in our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class.
Where did I end up in the bouncer for this run?
8th.
8th, okay.
Out of 10, I think.
Yeah. I just had to finish.
Jay Stewart's out on the course now. Somebody else who I'm sure can commiserate with the tough luck.
Yeah.
Jay's had, especially in the bouncer class.
So I was talking to Jay, and I was like, so what's your plan for next year? And he said, well, that's a really funny story. He said, I think I'm going to sell the backup buggy and raffle it off, whatever, and take that money and buy a spare motor.
Oh.
He said, and here's why. He said, I already have all the spare axles. I already have a spare transfer case. He said, I have all the spare parts I need, except the only thing I don't have is a spare motor and a spare transmission. He said, but Fritz can rebuild my transmission in 2 days. We'll run it down to him. He'll rebuild it, put it back in. He said, so that's not a problem. The only problem is the motor. We don't have a spare motor of. So he said, if I have a motor issue, I can swap it out.
Okay.
He said, so I think we're going to sell Showstopper 2.0.
And it's definitely been motor issues for him this season.
And again, very frustrating. But if he had a backup, he could swap it out and be ready to go in a day, you know.
Well, he made pretty quick work of this course just now.
God, that's going to hurt seeing Showstopper leave him.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's all like a lot of his merch, so, you know.
Yeah.
67.104 from Jay. That is our new fastest time. This is course 3 for the UTV stock class.
So what's your plan going into tomorrow? We've got some pretty gnarly courses tomorrow.
Yeah, I haven't looked at them yet, but I'll take a look at them later.
We're going to be up and going down a lot of this, like this section, this hill, that hill, like a lot of this right here, we're going up and down.
Okay.
And it's going to be pretty violent, I think.
We've got Dustin Havens running for Dan Carter's points now.
Well, in the Razor, I'm just going to be like I have been all season and just go for it and then hope it stays together. And then the
hey,
the bouncer,
your run for the bounty class?
Oh, it was smooth.
You had
it
the
felt
fastest
good.
time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It felt good.
That was awesome.
And then bouncer plan going into it is?
I'm going to Today, I was strictly going to finish. I was just going to make sure I finished. But tomorrow, Justin Wills is done getting close to me. So I've got to.
We can't have that.
I got to speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I would say Wade was kind of nipping on your heels coming into this weekend. And I know you guys were talking a lot of trash to each other, and it was great.
In, third for bounty and points for the season?
Second. I think I'm second for bounty.
I meant bouncer. I'm sorry.
And third for bouncer.
Third for bouncer.
So currently on the podium for bouncer. Wade was nipping on your heels. Unfortunately, with 2 DNFs, I think it's going to knock him down enough to where I don't think he can catch you, even if.
Did you see what all he broke?
Yeah. Did he break shocks too?
He broke shock. He broke it all.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be able to run no more.
Okay. I was hoping he could at least get it welded back together, but
he might. But
and we have Dustin Havens actually hitting the hills this time. I'm sure Brian Dunnigan is proud.
Yes. Dan Carter cheering him on.
Oh yeah, he said that he was going to run stop, but he didn't want to run any of the others.
Yeah.
Was that an 83.275?
Again, they were talking about just trying to. He said, "I can't tear this up. My wife will kill me."
Brandon Davis is on the line now. He's going to wrap up course 3 for the Rock Life's UTV stock class.
Adam Kuntz said Cooper Bentley is 21 points in third.
Oh gosh.
So I'm gonna assume that's Justin Wills that's now nipping on your heels.
Yeah, that's too close. We can't.
That is that. Yeah. I mean, that's you have a bad bobble and have to back up. There's 21 points almost.
So tomorrow, I'm probably not going to run it like a normal race, like just wide open trying to go for first. You know? But I'm definitely going to speed it up from what I did today. That's kind of bad, you know.
Well, and again, here's what I do. I always try to break that down. We have 2 courses left, and you're 21 points, so that's a 10-point difference and 11-point difference. So again, if you can, obviously go out and set the world on fire, that'd be great. That kind of solidifies your third. Maybe put some pressure on that top 1 and 2. I think Daniel and is set solid enough. How much?
Yeah.
Is there?
I can't.
You can't catch him. Okay.
No, sir.
I know. I think first and second were solidified enough to where, as long as they just showed up and did halfway decent, they were both going to walk with first and second.
Now we just got to see who else is going to be up there on the podium with them.
I know that I looking at the glance of the points before coming to this weekend, I knew that you and
6'3.838. Brandon Davis in the little Can-Am that could just laid down the fastest time for round 3 here in the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. That means Brandon in the lead with a 63, followed by Jay Stortz with a 67, Daniel Heckley with a 69, Braden Upchurch with a 70, and Dustin Havens for Dan Carter with an 83.
Oh, Braden.
Did you see those times?
Braden and Brandon are tight, too.
Yeah,
they are. Brandon is first in points coming into the weekend with 776, but Braden was right behind him with that 768. I'm not sure where everything is sitting at this point because those guys are so close. There's our leaderboard right there for round 3 for the stock class. I think that means we're going to have our VIN class pulling up here now.
I believe so. So, yeah, it was kind of interesting that 3rd, 4th, and 5th place were all within like 60 points of each other. So, watching that unfold. And again, all it takes is a DNF, or a DNF and a slow pass, and now it's a race. And again, like I said, with Wade having 2 DNFs. Speaking of Justin Wills coming up in the booth with us, having Wade having 2 DNFs, now it's Justin Wills and Cooper Bentley both nicking each other's heels. And again, both going to be an interesting day of racing tomorrow. We have some tough courses. So, I think obviously you want to set a fast time and try to put the pressure on one another. But at the same time, you also need to make sure you get a finish, too.
I think he should go really slow. I think you should go slow.
Yeah.
I think, just truthfully.
He said, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
He said, I'm just being honest.
I wouldn't want to lie to you.
He said, just go really slow. We'll be okay.
Here's the thing. In order for me to get third from you, you got to really royally mess up.
Look, don't do that. Don't do
He said,
I've done
Justin's playing some mind games over here.
The next 2 hills, you get last of finishing, and I can't catch it.
Look, I've done a lot of messing up this weekend.
Okay.
Oh, no, Cooper, don't be thinking like that. We've got Don Curtis kicking things off for round 3 of the VIN class right now. Cooper, you don't have to stay up here with us if you don't want to, but you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Big Don lays it down.
He does. He gets out there. He was drifting yesterday, and I was like, get her done, He was launching off those jumps, too. I think it was his first run. He wasn't sure how to gauge it, so he was going a little too fast and kind of launched it, which was awesome to watch. Probably not so much fun in the cab of that big Chevy truck, but
I can imagine that's rough.
It was a lot of fun for us to watch.
Well, I'm going to head on.
All right. Good luck. Go get the buggy, everything
Thanks,
dialed
Cooper.
in.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you later, buddy. What's up, D-Pat? Dylan from D-Pat's Photography's out here. Great to see him out here running around. Again, we got Don Curtis out there in that big block Chevy. I'm sure if my Bacons are watching, they appreciate that big block Chevy out there.
Easing it on down there. He's seen some of the rollovers that have happened on this hill. Hopefully it didn't get in his head too much.
That's a big truck coming down that hill. Again, taking his time, being smooth.
The view for him right now, looking down there, is so sketchy.
Oh, yeah.
All he can see is the hood and hope for the best on his way down. Hope that he did a good job walking the course and trying to remember
Zach said
what he needs to watch out for out there.
He said, this moment brought to you by Don's Brakes. He's like, which are doing everything they can, which is true. Yeah.
143.684.
Mr. Don Curtis in that big block Chevy truck. His big old full body. Again, not our only full body racing this weekend. We also have the WT coming up. Right now we got Charles Chris sitting on the starting gate. Mr. High Octane Films himself. I thought it was interesting. Justin Wills said even if Cooper finishes first on, or even if Justin Wills finished first on both courses, and Cooper finishes last on both courses, as long as he's a finisher, Justin still can't catch him on points.
Ooh.
So it takes Cooper. He's going to have to DNF at this point. It sounds like.
Yeah.
I was thinking with 21-point difference, there'd be enough to where first and last would still be enough on both courses, but I think Cooper's going to try to send it. It sounds like. Which would be awesome.
Hopefully he doesn't get in his head.
And again, that $2 bolt, all it takes is all wedge Wade, rip a tab off his buggy. So, that unfortunately that Reclaim Racing team took a little bit of a hit this weekend, but I think it honestly was the tree that he clipped that broke the tab, and the rest of it was just, collateral damage. But I think that was going to be our new fastest time. He was absolutely sending it through there.
Yeah, Wade definitely had a great run going. There's a nice shot of Charles just made his way across this top of the course. And he is coming down. Let's see if he eases down the way Don did. Or if he's...
Oh, what's up? Come on. Hop up in the hot seat.
Yeah, we got somebody else jumping up in here with us.
Oh. This is like a super duper surprise guest.
We got Tim Cameron coming up to the booth with us. Let's watch Charles finish his run here, and then, Timmy, we want to hear from you.
Big Charles, son.
Yeah, look at that. Got our youth racers all walking over here, getting ready for their lineup. 97.601 for Charles Chris in that High Octane Films Cherokee. What's up, Mr. TC?
What up, man?
Dude, what a run.
I appreciate it.
What a couple of runs.
Yeah. First place on course 1, first place on course 2. I would say the new buggy, thumbs up, right?
It's working.
I'm glad to see you haven't lost your touch. I know it's been a little while.
Yeah,
right. It's been a little bit. It's working great. I do it. The motor in the back's a big learning curve, especially going up the hill. It's hard to. I'm not used to being on the throttle and it touching anything, and it will pick up quick. But I will say, when it picks up, you jam the brake, I feel like it uses that momentum it's going up to go right down, go right back down,
What was the philosophy of putting the rear mount engine?
Really visibility.
Yeah.
I mean, like Tyrant, I don't really know what I could do to that machine to make it. If I was going to build another front engine machine, I don't know what I could do to make it better, except maybe try to be lighter.
Yeah.
But I've always been a big fan of a little bit of overkill, like the whole bottom of the chassis is 250 wall material.
Okay.
All my links are all 3/8 material, and I've been I was rough on stuff in my younger days when you do the trail ride, and I never wanted to jerk a link off. And just have that issue, breaking shocks and stuff after that. So that's why my machines are just heavier. Like Tyrant is almost 5,000 pounds.
Wow.
Like 4,800 something.
And again, Dan Bowman making it fly through the air earlier today.
Hey, speaking of racing some heavy machines, we've got Justin Hoback sitting at the top of this hill.
In the WT, that work truck.
What's he doing?
I think
he's trying to decide how hard he's going to send it on the way down?
I think he's just trying to be cautious and not drop off those big ledges. Again, that is a very big work truck to be coming through these bouncer courses.
Can you imagine?
Also, we need the WT for getting around.
Yes, and recovery for later this weekend. So if you could keep that in one piece, that'd be nice. New buggy looks great. Looks good.
Yep.
You went to single shock. You want to talk a little bit about going single shock versus the old bypass and a coil carrier?
That's been a little bit. I wouldn't say rough. It's just time consuming. Chris Wyant, he was a huge help.
Yep.
He's never been in those before, so me and him, we just kind of dove in together, took them things apart, and seeing how they work.
Yeah.
Heck, me and him both kind of took an educated guess on what we thought would be a good baseline. We went with that, and we went back and kind of took his expertise of watching it and thinking this and that, and I did what he wanted to do. And hey, I can't complain one bit.
Obviously, it looks smooth on the long course. Obviously, it looks smooth on the rough section. So
this first jump off, of course, you know how camber don't do justice to me. It's 12. If you wanted to jump off, it'd be 12-foot free fall.
Yeah.
It's borderline for that. Like it would jump off there, but it would probably gonna bottom out pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just roll that.
Yeah.
And just be smart. You don't even bend in the chassis.
You still send it up there pretty good.
Yeah, but when I say send it, I'm talking about if you went wide open from the top and But
all right, let's get Justin Hoback's time. There was a 1:58.368, and that does wrap up course 3 for the VIN class. We had Charles Caris with that fastest time with a 97, and then Don Curtis with a 1:43, and Justin Hoback with a 1:58. Those guys braved a really steep hill in this VIN class vehicle. So well done to them for finishing course 3. We will wrap up course 4 with them tomorrow. That means we've got our little guys over here. Our Digging Deeper
I see them
youth
all climbing in their rigs.
Oh, yeah.
Timmy, do you wish we'd had something like this when we were kids?
I know, right? Imagine. I wouldn't even know how to think. I was thinking I was that young.
I know.
I wouldn't know
like,
nothing that young.
Collier Hoback is 4 years old
out
here racing this little 200 around the course.
I couldn't imagine. And I feel like a lot of them got the mindset of gassing it already.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do. We were listening to Collier. He was starting to learn, like, you'd be driving the course and revving up, one, as he was going through the course.
No kidding.
His dad asked him, what are you doing that for? And he's like, what's a big bouncers do, Dad?
Right.
And I was just like, it was so cute. He was trying to be like, that's what the big dogs do, Dad. That's how I got to run,
Yep.
So then he was in the starting line, and Justin goes, hey, rev up like the bouncers do. And he goes, run. And it was so cute,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, obviously, a little bit longer course. How do you think the buggy fared on a longer course? Pretty good? Or?
It did good. I was fighting. I didn't come to Bikini Bottoms. I was fighting overheating issue. I'm pretty sure I got that handled, which it was pretty cool this morning. It was chilly, But
you want to run through the drivetrain real quick for the viewers watching?
Yeah. So it's a big LS motor, 4-liter supercharger, power glide, straight drive T case, spider tracks, axle housings.
Yep.
Tube works, third members, 1480 drive line, single shock, ADS shocks.
Yep. That sheet metal housing shaves so much weight from the old big 14
How much
bolter.
does this one weigh?
It's 4130, so it's 700 pounds lighter than my old one.
Wow, 700 pounds. And people don't realize.
It's the exact same motor, but just watching it, the way it moves around, I mean, it looks like it's got more power, but it don't.
It seems pretty compact.
It does.
Oh yeah, I don't think I could build one no smaller.
Yeah. You would be in a Razor.
Right.
Yeah. It does look like a Razor, basically.
Right.
Yeah. No, again, it just, it does look very compact and very tight. 700 pounds, people don't realize how much different that is when you're trying to throw a buggy up a hill.
Yeah, that's right.
That is huge. Again, I go back 2, 3, 4 years ago when we watched Larry Krogh and Jake Pike.
Yep, that's right.
Those guys literally would just sling their buggy up a hill because they were so lightweight. I think Krogh was like 3,600 pounds.
Right.
I mean, his would just fling up the hill, and I was always excited. Anytime we had like a big jump or a ledge they had to clear, those guys would clear it.
I don't think you could be any more pared down than Jake Pike.
Really?
There's nothing to it that did not have to be there.
Bare bones simple.
Yep.
For sure. But yeah, so really everything went good. I did throw the supercharger belt off on the downhill.
Really?
That's why when I made the right-hand turn, it was it wasn't what it should have been.
Yeah.
Actually, I seen the belt up there a while ago. We was looking. You could see it laying on the side. It broke. It looks like it broke it 'cause it looked like it was 6 foot long.
Really?
I bet you it was MidAmerica, those little tiny rocks.
Yeah.
You can feel in the pulley, and it's nicked everywhere.
Oh.
Maybe that's why
you think
everyone's having trouble
you got
this
one stuck in the belt and it wrapped around a couple times,
so.
probably.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is when I get home, tonight, probably going to sand that down, just smooth it up a little bit, and just go with it for tomorrow. But when I get home, I'm going to build either some sheet metal or plexiglass, Zeus fasteners, and do a shield.
Cover or something to kind of keep debris out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what's happening is you can see all the rock nicks where it hit so hard on the rear end, it's leaving a little mound of rock. You know what I mean? Where it smashed it.
Yeah.
They're probably hitting the rear end, bouncing back in the pulley system.
From only 2 passes.
Yeah.
Also.
And
again, a lot of that shelf rock it's like sandblasting.
So I was here in Menace a few years ago, and we was doing a straight line through here, and I'm assuming it's throwing rocks. Who knows how big they are?
Yeah.
It hit my rear bypass, so I already busted the tube. Like it deleted the tube off the side of the bypass.
Wow.
So I can't imagine what it's throwing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Again, and some of these rocks are very, very tiny.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the size of a pencil eraser.
Pea gravel out here.
So when you're showing something like that that's really jagged, who knows what else? Like I said, building a little plexiglass or something, a little aluminum. Fire up the notcher, or fire up the bender, the plasma at home.
That's right. Yeah.
Get it all cut out.
When I raced the short course for Visions out here in the Razor, we were like, why's everybody else got mud flaps out here?
Yeah.
What are those for?
Yeah.
It quickly became apparent after my wheel fell off.
Well, you can see a lot of guys
rock damage
who do the dirt track racing, like Bree has done before, and you can see the back rims. You can see pitting all around them where they just see so much debris on the back, and that makes sense when the first time you see one come in all dented up. You're like, oh, throwing rocks the whole entire time, full send.
Yeah.
Just, especially like I said, like here, like that shelf rock.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking like UTV and rocks, that's why I had to go to a 15-inch wheel on the Turbo S brake, bigger brakes. If I had a 14-inch wheel, the rock would get wedged between the wheel and the caliper, and it's bust the wheel.
Yeah.
Yep, sure would. When I went to 15, that eliminated that problem. But
makes sense too.
Speaking of like dirt track racing, Timmy, noticed you look like Lightning McQueen coming around this curve. You were sideways down there.
Yeah.
Do you think that your season spent with some dirt track racing?
Had to have. I mean, I'm so used to
this
that.
Year?
I'm so used to being in that car, 70, 80 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And you take that buggy
we
down
could
there.
tell down there. You were just like laying it down sideways, drifting.
Like, just knowing you got the rear turned, so it can't turn over.
Yeah.
I mean, if it gets light, just hit the gas.
Yeah.
So, but. Yeah, I feel like that did help a little bit.
Yeah, you were, again,
like
our view, you could see everybody going straight down the coming back. You were literally sideways around the corner. I was like, holy cow. And it was moving so fast sideways. I was like, man, he is flying. Again, you can, after watching buggy after buggy, you kind of get a feel for what the time should be. So when you see somebody either really slow or really fast, you're like, wow, this guy is absolutely hauling,
I appreciate it. It's fun. It's fun buggy to drive. I'm excited to continue to learn it.
16 seconds faster than number 2 yesterday, 14 seconds faster than number 2 today. Again, absolutely. I think it's safe to say that new buggy's working.
Oh, yeah. I wish Wade would have finished. I mean, me and him we've been closer to it, I feel like.
I said on the live feed,
we thought too.
I think he had the fastest time because he was.
Doing good.
Especially that last downhill because he was just skimming downhill.
Because he was.
He seemed like he was on par with the pace that you had.
His corner right here.
Oh, was flying.
He was flying. That corner was he literally just whipped it around that corner. Was gone.
Right.
So and those little tiny corners, that little tiny whip around here, whip around there. Those little differences, those add up. Overall the whole course. So that corner there, he was definitely. He was. You could tell he was hauling the mail.
Yeah. He's not afraid to go ragged edge.
No, he isn't.
Will push it. Yeah,
he isn't. And again,
I can't make myself do that. I feel like I just drive my fastest pace.
You just make everybody else do that.
No.
All right, Timmy, I got one more question for you before we are getting ready to start our youth class next season. What are you thinking? What are your plans?
I mean, definitely on and off. I mean, I'd love to chase points. It's just gotta make sure I can make time to do it. But y'all definitely see me next year. Sure. I mean.
Obviously,
I'm sure I'll race whatever I can.
Yeah, show up, win, and go home.
What they want, Tim.
I know, right.
Yeah, again, super awesome. It's a buggy count. I was so glad when I saw it. You're out here. I'm like, this is so awesome to see you come out. Again, being Dyersburg last time, I was figuring since you made a video right before Dyersburg, I was talking about the buggy we done. I'm like, this guy's gonna show up with this buggy and just smoke everybody. I was thinking it, but
I figured it'd be cool to kind of debuted out here at the Southern Rock deal, and and it's come out here, and my main goal is to come out here and just race hard as I could for for Tripp's wife.
Oh
I just want to put it all towards her.
Yeah, and again, obviously you've been out here laying it down.
I know he's having a hard time, but Tripp pulling me, love you, buddy.
Yeah. Y'all keep Tripp in your prayers for sure.
We're here for you, and I'm gonna do the best I can for her.
Yeah, I seen Joey and a couple other guys running around last night goofing around. So it's keep their family in your prayers.
That's right.
Yep, that's a hard time for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Timmy, we're
thank y'all.
Glad to have you out here. Thanks for coming up to chat with us. We are going to go to a quick commercial, and then we'll be back with our youth class.
Cool, dude.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
And we are back. We got our youth section. Collier Holback looks like sitting in our starting gate. Got Justin over there standing next to him. Again, they're going to run the same exact course they did yesterday, but they're going to run it the reverse way. So I think they're going to try to do both courses today, get the third and fourth course wrapped up for our youth class.
That's right. We are going to hopefully finish up both of those courses for them, and then that will also end our day of racing today here at MidAmerica. Young Collier Hoback, our youngest driver out here today at 4 years old. Look at him out there, just handling this course like a champ. It's always fun to see all the drivers and dads and helpers that are out on the course waving them along, and yelling at them what direction to go. Stay in it, stay in it.
Yeah. And again, it's not just dads, course workers, family, friends.
Everybody gets excited watching the little ones race. Video
production crew. I mean, it's everybody cheers them on. It's really neat to see. And again, everybody cheers everybody on this exact same, It's just really, really neat to see. Again, Collier's 4 years old. Started racing earlier this year when he was 3 years old. And I feel like he's already, getting the hang of this pretty quick.
Come on, Collier. Nice. He stayed in it all the way through the finish line. 62.948 for Collier. Looks like Dallas Heckley. Here we go. Dallas came into the weekend second in points for the season. See if she can hang on to that spot.
I can hear moms over here yelling, "Go! Go!" It's super cute.
You guys have ever been to like a baseball game, a soccer game? This is no different.
Yes.
Everybody's excited out here.
For all my travel baseball moms out there.
Yep.
Definitely cool to see.
Awesome shot from our drone pilots this weekend. Man, we got spoiled with some drone footage, don't we now? We wouldn't know what to do without it.
We wouldn't. And we have 2 drones out there today. We have more of an overall drone, like a DJI flying, and then we have actually a racing drone as well. The FPV.
55.447. Wow, from Dallas Heckley.
Again, shout out to MidAmerica for providing the drone coverage this weekend. They, like I said, have a couple different styles of drones. Some are a little more fast and nimble. Some are more of an overall shot, and we love seeing both. Again, those overall drone shots are super nice. And again, they do provide such a great angle. I don't know if we would feel as spoiled if we didn't have them.
Oh yeah, I mean we so used to being able to see all the action all the time.
We get whiny when we can't see it from the booth even.
Where
now.
are they?
Yeah.
Ava Garner on the course now. We had a question about, is there an age limit for this class? Otherwise, Zach Garner might fit in.
Yes.
Yes, there is the age limit is 12 years old, but I do believe that mentally Zach would easily fit in with this class of drivers.
Yeah. Yeah, we have once they hit the teenage years, they kind of move to a stock class. But again, I know we have several of our younger drivers that are already driving stock side-by-sides in their free time. So, in like the 800, 900, 1,000 range.
There you go. Come on.
Yeah. Taylor said Zach doesn't want Ava to beat him. I agree. She is flying.
Ava's very quick. She was 4th in points coming into the weekend.
5.063 from Miss Ava Garner.
She just laid down our current fastest time. 55.0. Dallas then with a 55.4 and Collier with a 62.
She was one of our first UTV drivers down this morning.
Oh, she was ready. She was down here. I think she was the first driver down here.
No.
Well, except for you, Matt.
Yeah, first youth driver.
Yeah. She was sitting down here in the dark, ready to go.
She was. I asked her, I said, where's the other driver? She goes, I don't know if they're all up yet.
She's like, I don't know, but I'm not playing around.
Yeah.
Brantley Havens, speaking of not playing around, he is sitting first in points for the season. This is his last season with us, as he is 12 or will be 12 by next season.
Yeah, I've heard he's going to upgrade to a stock, one of our stock racers. I'm not sure what their plans are. We have a couple rigs out there that'll be for sale as soon as finals are over. So we'll make sure you check that Rock Racing page, that Bouncer Life Facebook group. I'm sure you'll see some stuff
in the market.
Yeah, you'll see stuff pop up all the time. There's a couple I'm like, man, I could use a backup bouncer. That's pretty cheap. I mean, if you can pick up a backup bouncer for like 20 G's, I'm like, you can't really beat it, I mean, Jay, it's worked out well for Jay so far this season. I'll say Brandon used to have a backup bouncer. Brantley is floating through that finish line.
.439, keeping it super tight out here. That's our 3rd time in the 55s, but
wow.
Ava Garner still in the lead with a 55.0. Then Brantley with a 55.43. Then Dallas with a 55.44.
Wow.
And young Collier Hoback with a 62. Looks like Clara Hoback pulling up to the line now.
Next up, Clara Hoback. Let's go, Clara. Go, 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 go.
Clara was third in points coming into this weekend for the season overall. Not sure where things might have gotten shook up from yesterday. We had some fierce competition, and we did run 2 courses for the youth class yesterday.
Yeah, a lot can change in 2 courses.
Sure can.
Especially with our UTV drivers, the youth class, just because their scoring is usually very, very tight. So
yeah, they kept it equally tight yesterday as they are right now. 5.6.639 for Clara Hoback. Blake Heckley out on the course now.
Again, Blake is one of our drivers who sees through the steering wheel. Yeah, you can hear a handful of dads down there sitting in front of their bouncers yelling, "Go, go, floor it!" Justin Wills is down there, Jay Stords, Keith Toolman.
Blake is a born performer. Whether she is out on the race course doing her thing or she's got the karaoke mic in her hand. I asked her what she wanted to be when she grew up, and she just said, dance, dance, dance. She is a little cutie and a little handful. She puts that sass to good use when she gets her competitive mind out here, though.
Yes.
60.346 for Blake. That means we should just have one driver left for round 3 in the youth class, Gatlin Wheels. She's doing double duty in Brantley Havens buggy this weekend.
I was trying to read some of the Austin was asking Dan or Timmy if they had a cable to hook to a laptop to do some tuning with. So I'm not sure if there's a tuning issue on his fuel system or what the deal was. He was in the driver group. I know there's also a driver group for the dads, for the youth racers as well. They take votes on stuff and give course opinions. It's always, it's always cute.
It's important stuff.
Get a little tan over there? What's going on?
Oh, man. My right side is getting roasted today.
We'll have to have Clyde move the trailer so you can even it out for lunchtime.
Yeah, can we swing the trailer around for tomorrow? I'm sure it wouldn't be that much work, Taylor. All right, Gatlin Wheels coming into that last straightaway.
She's flying. 5.8.405 for Gatlin Wheels. Again, we got a lot in the 50s.
Wow. Do we have a leaderboard, Taylor, to throw up for round 3 for the Diggin' Deeper UTV youth class? Ava Garner took that win for round 3 with a 55.0. Then Brantley Havens with a 55.43. Dallas Heckley with a 55.44. Clara Hoback 56, Gatlin Wheels 58, Blake Heckley 60, and Collier Hoback 62. Well done to our youth class, and we are going to let them go ahead and run round 4. This will complete their whole season of racing. This is their last round total, so let's see how they can do.
We should have got some confetti cannons and popped them off as they drove through.
Who do we have here? Is this Dallas? She looks taller. So, yeah, that's Dallas, not Blake.
Yeah. Same.
She can see over the steering wheel instead of through it.
That's how you have to judge them. Like, Blake sees through the steering wheel. Dallas sees over the steering wheel.
Send them. Looking right at her.
Yeah.
Dallas Heckley out on the course. This is her last run ever for the 2023 race season.
Oh, you can.
Jay Storm's out there. Go, go, go.
I say Justin Wills, Jay. There's a handful of them down there.
Keith.
Yeah, Keith. I don't know if you guys can hear it through the mics, but they're all
Probably
definitely
not.
cheering them on. You can hear them, go, go, go.
They're excited. Come on, Dallas. Do you think that there is some kind of, I don't know, barter or deal on the line, as I know the Heckleys love to do?
Yeah. Is she? .734. Wow, that is our fastest time so far on this course. Our fastest time just a second ago for round 3 was at 55. I like that she came up next to us and just jammed on the brakes and locked all 4 tires up.
She knows what she's doing.
She's like, all right, they said stop. You got to stop.
I got this. Brakes, check.
Yes, check mark.
Clara Hoback on the line now. All right, Clara, make it count.
And that beautiful pink rig.
Your last run for 2023.
We should go get, like, the blue and pink confetti cannons, and as the girls come through, the boys come through. Like, you did it! You did it!
Yes, because we still differentiate between boys and girls here.
Yes.
In the National Rock Racing Association. And those are the only 2 options out there. Boys and girls.
Taylor.
Other than that, you're just confused.
Good times, good times.
All right, can Clara break that 55-second pace?
There was the top 3 all in that 55, and there was a 56, some 58. It was very impressive.
Keeping it tight. Come on, Clara, don't let up. Go, go, go.
Wow.
Nice. All right, let up now.
5.952. Not quite fast enough to break into that 54, but obviously a smoking time.
But that is faster than her last round on this course.
Oh, yeah.
Also, so
almost by a second, yeah.
She just improved her run. Good job, Clara.
Heck yeah. Again, anytime you can see somebody improve from course 1 to course 2, it's always awesome.
Gatlin Wills on the line now, and we've got lots of proud family members watching online and cheering on their young drivers. We've got Beverly, Carolyn, Leslie, Leslie, Tim, Scott. I know it's got to be exciting to be able to watch online and cheer for them, even if you can't make it all the way out to Oklahoma in person. Come on, Gatlin. Hammer down. I heard Zach and Justin were talking about some of the finer points of what they can do, to make them go faster and changing this and that and the gearing and the tire size and, all this.
Yeah.
So it's funny to listen to them. You expect that from, like, rock bouncers.
Yeah. Not kids,
but these little 200s, and they're having a meeting of the minds of how they can improve these things.
And it's even probably more important with these guys. Change a cam and a rock bouncer, you get 50 points.
You get a tiny little bit of extra horsepower out here. It makes a difference. 5.8.342 for Gatlin.
Yeah, you change a cam and a rock bouncer, you gain 50 horsepower. Here, it's like you're trying to gain just a few here and a few there. You know?
Where can I pick up 4 extra horsepower?
It's true. It's true. And you're like, yeah. Well, 4 overall. 2 in the front, 2 in the back.
Ava Garner on the line now. Ava did just have our fastest time on round 3.
Again, these are also a 2-wheel drive rig as well.
This is a good course for our youth class. At some of the parks we've gone to this year, we've struggled with some deep mud and trying to have make a good course for them with the area that we had to work with. Because like you said, they are 2-wheel drive. They've got tiny tires and low horsepower, and, they struggle in the deep mud and stuff. So I think this is a really good course for these kiddos. They've got a chance to, they have the straightaways.
Yeah.
They can really just floor it and get to experience that. And talking to some of them yesterday, they were excited about the straightaways and being able to just get in it, especially Ava.
Yeah. Flying through there.
55.681. We've got some very consistent times here. These guys are just keeping it tight with each other, but also with their, prior runs, both yesterday and today. All right, we've got little Collier up here. What's also interesting about this class is that the majority is female drivers.
Yeah.
This is the only class that we see that in out here.
Yeah.
So it's fun to see these young ladies honing their driving skills and getting more comfortable and building these friendships that they have with each other.
Which is true.
They might all live in different states and only see each other at races, a lot of them, but they have so much fun together. I see them all hanging out and running around and getting into some mischief.
Oh, I'm sure.
Having fun together. And so building up those friendships plus their seat time and just, getting confident in this sport. That's really fun to see, and I hope that our lady drivers all continue, as they get older to, just stay involved in one way or another. We need a new crop of lady drivers moving on up into our other classes. That's right. Madison can't hold down the fort forever by herself.
I think she has the most pinkest, brightest buggy I've ever seen.
There is no doubt who it is when she's pulling up to the starting line.
Even if it's muddy, you're still like, okay, that's Madison. .755.
Good job, Collier. All right, we've just got Blake and Brantley left. Looks like Brantley coming to the line now. Look at him looking through the steering wheel.
Yeah.
We're watching Collier drive by the trailer.
And
He's just so little in there.
The sun's probably right in his eyes. I was telling some of you guys last night, after Dyersburg 2.5 years ago, I said, I will never not have a helmet without a tinted shield. And I went and bought a new helmet and a new tinted shield, and it is like the best investment I've made.
My helmet has sunglasses on the inside, so you can put them down if you want to, but they always fall down when I don't want them, and I had to shove them back up 5 times at AOP last weekend because it was too dark when you don't need them in the woods, and every hard hit they were falling down in my face.
Yeah, I have a riding helmet.
Particular about what kind you get.
Yeah, so I have a motorcycle helmet that has the same thing. But, yeah, I got a new SFI racing helmet, which I'm super stoked about, and I got a tinted shield for. I have a clear one I keep in my helmet bag as well. That way I can switch to the clear for racing at night or super in the morning. But Dyersburg, when you're heading up that big hill, you're literally staring directly into the sun. You're, squinting with sunglasses. And it's not good.
Yeah, that can mess you up quick.
Real quick. And float
Good job,
to the finish
Brantley.
line.
Oh,
wow.
54.998. That is our second fastest time on course 4 for the youth class. Dallas Heckley is hanging on to the lead with a 54.7.
Wow.
Then Brantley with a 54.9. And then let's see who we got next. I think it's Ava with a 55.6. We'll let Blake wrap up her run here, and then we'll throw up that leaderboard for you guys. Blake Heckley with her very last run for the 2023 season. Jay's still yelling.
Bless her heart.
We need some, like, in-cab footage. I think I've seen some floating around from our young drivers, but that's always entertaining to watch.
Very, very entertaining to watch.
All right, Blake, good job.
57.771 for Blake Heckley.
All right, that wraps up our 2023 season for the Diggin' Deeper UTV youth class. There's your leaderboard for round 4. Dallas Heckley, Brantley Havens, Ava Garner, Clara Hoback, Blake Heckley, Gatlin Wills, and Collier Hoback. Well done to all of our young drivers for an excellent season. We've had so much fun watching them as they have just had fun out here and gotten more comfortable and more confident in their buggies. So that's going to be it for those guys, but we've got all of our other classes still tomorrow. We'll have 2 hills for our UTV Cup class and the bouncers, and then we'll finish out 1 hill for the rest of the classes. We will be starting tomorrow. The schedule is 1:30. That is dependent on the short course racing that's going to take place out here before we get started. But we are scheduled to start at 1:30 Central Time tomorrow, and we'll have plenty of racing. So I hope you guys will be able to join us for some or all of that. And thank you for watching today. I hope you guys enjoyed it just like we did.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.